Hello, everyone. Before we get started on this week's episode, just a quick word that YouTube, in all its infinite wisdom, has decided that some of the Die Party games are now not suitable for advertising. It doesn't mean a whole lot for the content. I'm not going to censor the videos in any way, but if you'd like to lend your support so that Die Party can continue to grow, please check out the Patreon or subscribe on the Twitch channel. Enjoy the episode. Why, hello there, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode, character creation episode for our new Cyberpunk 2020 role-playing game called Kingdom 2020. If you haven't seen any of the Cyberpunk games before, you're in for an absolute treat. If you have, welcome back. It's been a while. I know that everyone's been waiting for the return of this particular system because it's probably a fan favorite for my channel, at least, anyway, and all that sort of stuff. So it's really good to get back to this. Before we get started into the nitty gritty, let's go around and just quickly introduce everyone, because this is the very first time that I've had a game delayed because of a tattoo. So like we don't have time for introductions today, unfortunately. So, Lily, welcome back. Good to see you again.
Hi.
Welcome to Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hi, everybody. Lily, Liliapad Nebula, and all the stuff. Yeah, love me some Cyberpunk. Definitely looking forward to getting into it.
Fantastic. New face to the Die Party family. We have Mr. Atomic Spoon. What up, sir? How you doing, dude?
Everybody, I'm Atomic Spoon. I stream games occasionally and ready to die.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Up next, we have a new face to the actual, I would say, official Die Party games, because we have had some fan party stuff, and I'm pretty sure all of you have been on the fan party ones before, right? So, doctorsirus, what up, sir? How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Already getting to the Cyberpunk things. I'm messing with my cabling shit already. I broke it already.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, good.
Fuck yeah. I noticed you've got the CCTV from the 1980s going on, which is good. That's what I like to see. Dedication to the craft. Yeah.
Tired of this.
Big daddy boy of the stream, we have Mr. Lobo. What up, sir?
Oh, what up, man? I've been looking forward to this for years.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I think you were also in the very first playtest we did of Night City.
Yep.
Like
I
a
was
long
at
time
Comp
ago.
and you were like, yo, I gotta rewrite this melee system, dog.
Yeah.
He's just walking up doing them and shooting them.
Yeah.
This isn't fair.
We'll I'll go over that in just a second. But last but not least, we have another new face to the Die Party stuff. We have Mr. theblindwatchman. What up, sir? How you do?
Good.
How's that tat? What'd you get? Come on.
Oh, yeah, what you get, fam?
I'll post it in the Discord in a bit.
Hell yeah. If you want to see more of that, head on over to the Discord, which is !Discord in the chat. However, so let's talk real quickly about Cyberpunk. So if you don't know what Cyberpunk is, it is the game that the new CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk 2077 is based on. It is a very adult, very crunchy role-playing experience set in Night City, which is on the west coast of America in the year 2020. Basically, this entire world is predicated on the fact that people, for like the entire world, basically, I want you to imagine in America, there's the rich, the poor, and middle class. Now, in this world, there is no middle class, and it's completely removed. So the poor are extremely poor, and the rich are extremely rich. You're in either one of those, basically. And Night City is basically the adult version of Disneyland in the future, when there's cybernetics involved and drugs and all that sort of shit. It's basically Las Vegas, essentially, right? That's what you really need to think of as an adult playground. And what we're going to be dealing with in this particular game is this is going to be a gang-focused role-playing experience. So in Night City previously, we've had corp play, which is where people worked for a corporation and they, did all the bidding of a megacorp. We've had homeless, which is to say where they try and scrape by doing what they need to do, living out of people's abandoned houses and all that sort of stuff. And now we're doing gang stuff. And for that, we're gonna make a couple of thematic changes. For one, I've got a 2-scale version of Night City map. Like 2-scale, like literally every single street in the CBD is structured out. Every single building is done. Like you can go like, what's that building over there? And I can fucking tell you what it is because Night City and Cyberpunk is an absolutely crazy fucking system. So it is 2-scale. So if you've ever played a war game before, people are going to be, all right, I can move 12 meters within this 3.2 seconds. So I'm going to get out the ruler and roll 20, measure out 12 meters, and move my dude that exact distance. That's exactly how we're going to be playing this game going forward. So, there's going to be some interesting things for sure. Absolutely. And the same thing goes with gun distances and difficulties to shoot. No longer am I going to be going, I think that's about 90 meters, I guess. That's the difficulty to hit. We can actually measure how far it is you're trying to shoot now. So it's going to be a very interesting system. Absolutely. All right. So a couple of things. You might have also noticed if you're a veteran of the stream and you've watched the Cyberpunk game on Diction's channel that I ran and the Night City game, you'd know that I changed some of the system. Right, this game for Kingdom 2020, we're not changing anything. Right, this is going to be verbatim from the book. Every single rule is intact, minus one, and that rule is point blank difficulty to shoot someone is going to be based on their martial arts prowess. I love that rule because it basically means you can't roll up on a dude and shoot him in the head and kill him. Because let's say that you know Kung Fu, right? Or any sort of martial art, because martial arts are a big part of this game. Walking up to you and putting a gun to your head and pulling the trigger and killing you because it's your turn won't be as easy because of the fact that you have a reaction speed to slap that gun out of that bitch's hand or like dodge or like basically just react, right? So that's why that's in there. I've also added in a stipulation, however, so it's not going to be as easy as it was before. Let me just pull that that rule. Whoa! Come on, man. Where is it? Where is it? Wow, it's being a real bitch right now. That's so weird. Okay, there we go. So I've also added in a. All right, so can be argued against if the person you're attempting to do this to is tired, has surprise, or is stunned. So yeah. I hope you guys are ready for an absolute meat grinder of combat because it's going to be like that. Okay, so character creation. This is traditionally one of my favorite things to do in any role-playing system is do the character creation for Cyberpunk 2020 because it is very involved. Everyone has an idea of what their characters are going to be, but we're still going to do life paths and all that sort of stuff to randomly roll everything that's going to happen. I believe I need to give Watchmen a character sheet. Okay, cool. Everyone's got a sheet now. The other thing that's worth pointing out too, we're changing the actual backend system that we're using on Roll20 to do this. The previous one was made by Chippinit, which was based on an older system. But I've changed it. We changed it to a new one that's sort of come out recently. I've tested it. It does have some information in there that doesn't make a lot of sense, specifically because it's also designed to work around the game Cyberpunk 2077, which has got different rules in it. So there's going to be some stuff in there that doesn't make sense. But you can just hopefully safely ignore that stuff. Anywho, let's jump into that shit. let's start by let's start. Damn, I'm not a professional, but who knows? We're gonna do by everyone opening up their character sheet, and we've got 50.
What's going on?
That's okay. That's good. All right, we're good now. Whatever that was. That was weird. So we're gonna start.
I don't see Watchmen for some reason.
What?
I'm here.
Yeah.
In Zoom, he's not there. I can't hear him at all.
I think that might be on your end, buddy, because I can see him fine and stuff. So.
Okay.
Very low quality.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna start by doing point buy for everyone. So if everyone can please open up your sheets. How this is going to work is there are some attributes that we need to go through. I'll go through them right now so everyone is aware. There is intelligence, which is a measure of your problem-solving ability, figuring out problems, noticing things, remembering information. Reflexes, which is your combined this is a combined index covering not only your basic dexterity, but but also your basic level of physical coordination and athletic feats of driving, piloting, fighting, and athletics. If you want to do a lot of fighting, shooting, and stuff like that, reflex is your joint. Cool is a index of how well your character stands up to stress, fear, pressure, physical pain, and/or torture. In determining your willingness to fight on despite wounds, or fighting your ability under fire. So if you're getting shot at a lot, I might ask you to do a cool check, and if you're whose volume is that?
Your mind.
Okay, it's Blind. Blind, can you do me a favor? Next to your microphone, there's a little arrow. Click on that. Go to audio options. Go to test microphone and speakers, and just turn off the automatically adjust microphone button, please.
Yeah. It is picking up every little detail in the background.
Yeah, it shot up your gain by probably what happened. Yeah.
So,
All right.
Can you start? Oh, thank God.
There we go. Perfect. So, yeah. So that's what Zoom does when it can't hear you. Is like, excuse me, can I turn it up?
Yeah, it shoots your gain.
Yeah. So the next one is technical ability. This is an index of how well you relate to hardware and other technically orientated things. In Cyberpunk, the ability to use repair technology is of paramount importance. Tech will be the stat when used when fixing, repairing, and attempting to use unfamiliar tech. Luck. In the other games, if you've ever watched it, luck was just like a thing that I made people roll. But in this one, it's actually fairly important. Luck is the intangible something that throws the balance of events in your favor. Your luck represents how many points you may use each game to influence the outcome of a critical event. To use luck, you may add any or all of the points of luck a character has to a die roll, declaring your intentions to use luck before the roll is made. Until all your luck stat is used up. Luck is always restored at the end of the game session. So if you have 3 luck, that means you can add in the game up to +3 on a single die roll. So just remember that when you're trying to do things. Because it is a D10 system. You roll a 1, that's a fumble. You roll a 10, that's a crit, and crits explode. So it's very swingy. Just keep that in mind. Attractiveness, this is how good looking you are. It's not good enough that you have to be good, but you have to look good while doing it. Attitude is everything. Attractiveness is fairly important if you want to do social stuff. Movement allowance is an index of how fast your character can run within 3.2 seconds. So the higher your movement allowance, the more distance you can cover in a turn. So sometimes your movement allowance, if you dump that movement allowance, expect to never be in cover, essentially. And then you'll get shot and die. So just keep that in mind. Empathy is a fairly important stat. This stat represents how well you relate to other living beings, a measure of charisma and sympathetic emotions. In a world of alienated future shock survivors, the ability to be human can no longer be taken for granted. Empathy is, and for some reason they put character sheets in between here, critical when leading, convincing, seducing, or perceiving emotional undercurrents. Empathy is also a measure of how close he or she is to the between the line of feeling human and being a cold-blooded cybernetic monster. So basically the way that this works is for your empathy stat, you will be given a humanity total. And we just lost someone. Who did we lose?
Cyrus.
Watchman. Oh, was it?
I'm still here.
We lost someone.
Doctor Cyrus.
We lost Cirrus. Okay. That's unfortunate.
He's kind of back in.
I mean, the webcam.
Is he?
Kind of?
Like, you can see his name.
Non-video participants.
Yeah.
Oh, can you turn on your camera, Cirrus? If you're there.
Eh?
Anyway. Trying to fix audio again. Okay. All right, then. We'll just wait. But we're going to keep going because, we don't have time. So empathy creates a humanity stat, which is used to determine how much cybernetic stuff you can put into your body without becoming a monster. So basically, if your humanity is at 1, or if your empathy is at 1 or 2, at 2, you are basically giving everyone the cold shoulder and you hate every person that ever existed. At empathy 1, I literally take control of your character and I use it as a villain. Basically, you turn into a person who wants to eat other human beings and, basically you just become a monster at that point. So. And then there's body type. Strength, endurance, and constitution are all based on the character's body type. Body type determines how much damage you can take in wounds and how much you can lift and or carry, how far you can throw, how well you recover from shock, and how much additional damage you cause with physical attacks. Body type is important to all character types. So the body type does a couple things. First, it reduces the amount of total damage you take from guns. If you get shot, the way that it works is damage is the amount of damage is rolled for a gun that's added up. Then you take away the stopping power of cover, the stopping power of armor, and your body type modifier. And if anything's left over at the end of it, that's how much damage you take to your person. You can take roughly about 13 wounds before you start rolling death saves. Every time you take damage, right, if you get punched in the face and it does 1 damage, you have to roll a save. Your body type modifier is how easy it is to pass that save. If you do not pass that save, you will get knocked unconscious and lose your turn, right? So basically, you've ever seen a kung fu movie where a dude gets punched in the chin or something like that and goes down? That's what that represents. The higher your body type, the way that it works is it goes from 1 to 10, right? When you roll a stun save or a death save, you roll a d10. You need to get higher than that current stat. So if you have a 10 in body type, you're never going to lose this roll until you start taking wounds, in which case it'll affect the total that you get. But if you have a body type of 3 and you roll a 2, you roll a 7 or whatever, that means you fail. So the idea is you need to get lower than your stat. It's not higher, it's lower. So if you have a 9, you need a 10 in order to fail that, essentially, right? So it's easier to pass the higher the number. And the same thing goes for essentially the way that it works when you get to mortal wounds, which is when you've taken 13 wounds. Every time your turn rolls around, without being stabilized by a medical character, you need to roll a death save, and the same thing applies. So your death save is related to your body type modifier. The easier it is to pass, the higher your body type is. So it's pretty important for all characters. And that's pretty much everything that we'll be rolling with. There are some extra stuff in this character sheet, so don't worry about it too much. But you have 50 points. Maximum, the minimum is here that you can put into each one. You can put, the minimum is 2 in each attribute. So you essentially have, I guess, 42. Well, hang on, how much? Yeah, hang on, let me just work out the math on that. I actually don't know. So 1, 2,
32?
Yeah, 32.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's 32. So the way that you actually edit this stat is right above like reflex, there's a checkbox. Just click that and you can start putting in the numbers there. So once you've once you've done all of that, we can move on. So let's get an idea of what your characters are, and then I can maybe help you guys actually with stuff. You don't need to... so everything in bold should automatically do some stuff in there. Like humanity is also... It should automatically adjust. I haven't tested that, though, but we can go through that.
Yeah, it's going up as you put points into it.
Cool, perfect. All right, so let's talk about... Lily, let's talk about your character concept. What have you got for it?
So the role or class or whatever that you call it, I'm going with is a fixer.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like a
information broker. Yeah.
Yeah, information broker, definitely more of a social character. Kind of like helping people get what they want, helping like convincing people to do stuff for the group or whatever. Like my special ability is basically that. Like I can like find stuff. I know where to find stuff. If I like want something to happen, I can like put out rumors and they'll spread and kind of stuff like that. Like controlling the streets essentially is kind of the jam.
So your character's special ability...
I think he uses cool.
Let's take a look here. So, fix...
Yeah, street deal. Where'd it go?
Okay. Fix's special ability is street deal, the ability to locate people, information, etc. This is a higher form of making a connection on life path. Instead of knowing only one person, you have connections everywhere. In gameplay, successful use of street deal allows you to locate and acquire a desired person, place, or thing. So essentially, if you're looking for someone who has a particular drug or a monopoly, or you're looking for someone to buy cybernetics from or guns, successful roll on that means that you pass.
Yeah,
and you can find
it's for cool, so I'm gonna I'll definitely want a high cool, and then I think attractiveness and empathy will be pretty important too, just for being social, and then I'll put the other stuff into the things as I see fit.
Well, you don't necessarily need a huge empathy to do certain skills, but it does help.
Yeah, for more like the persuasion and like stuff like that. Is what empathy will be good for that. So. But yeah, I think I have a good idea, at least for stats right now.
Yeah, let's see. What else do you get? Okay, well, let's talk about Atomic. What's your character going to look like?
I kind of see him as he's a wheelman. He can drive anything with wheels, some things without. Anything from raiding convoys, getting out of sticky situations. If somebody gets wounded and needs to be taken somewhere, and lickety split. He knows the streets. He knows the shortcuts. He knows
So
which way the cop. How it takes cops to get to a certain part of the thing based on the traffic's like this at this time of the day or whatever. I mean, it's
so
just
what
his
are
thing,
you, what are you thinking role wise for that?
Oh, definitely a techie.
A techie? Okay, yeah. Because it doesn't necessarily mean. It does count your stuff in the top left? Oh, it does. Attributes. Nice. I see.
Right under the logo.
Yeah. That's cool. All right. Excellent. That's good to know. No more cheating. So Techie's ability, Jury Rig, is probably the perfect mix for that, because not only can you repair your car on the fly temporarily, but anyone is like your idea of a wheelman. Literally any class can be. The difference is that a techie has, extra skills that they can do. Let's see here. Jury Rig. This general repair skill allows a techie to temporarily repair or alter anything for 1d6 turns per level of skill. So there you go. Pretty cool. Cirrus, what's your character concept? Cirrus, what up, man? How you doing? Put your headphone back on. I saw that. I think he's having technical problems.
All right.
Yeah, he said something in the Zoom chat about it.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool. Well, Lobo, let's go to you then. What's your character concept?
A drug addicted solo who's just only joy in life is pretty much just getting high and shooting people.
Sweet. So we have a big book of drugs for you to use. Drugs in this game are always going to have a negative. They always do, and it should be noted that you taking drugs is going to drastically. So the way the drugs are represented in this game is a poor man's cybernetics. Yeah, lots of downsides to them, but they're also fun to roleplay. So yeah, also fun to roleplay. How's everyone doing with their sheets, by the way?
I'm going good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is everyone else filling out their stuff? I don't think anyone else is.
What's MC again?
MC.
Yeah.
That's you don't have to worry about anything in bold. Just do the ones that are not bolded. So you're just looking at reflex and all the way down to empathy, luck, MA, and yeah. So just do everything above that, and they'll automatically fill out. I believe MC. I'm not sure what that references to in this particular one. That probably has something to do with Cyberpunk 2077. So Blind Watchman, what's your character idea?
Techie as well. I basically just fix whatever.
Okay, so we've got 2 techies. All right, then. Not a problem. All right.
2 is the minimum. So you spend 2.
Yeah, 2 is the minimum on every single
all
stat.
of them
Yep.
from your 40 XP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're able to throw it in on the attributes and abilities tab, or the actual.
So
This cat keeps jumping on my nuts.
So there is
literally.
So above reflex in the attributes section, there is a little checkbox. Just click that, and it'll open up the boxes for altering for you. Also, before we get started, click on the concept box and also click the class that you want to be. If you are playing solo, you have to go to a different class, then go back to solo, and then that will fill out your primary skills section as well.
Oh, there.
Yeah. So so under there's an actual drop down box logo for class. Just click that and find the one you want. As you're playing solo, you need to click on it and then click off of it. So, yeah, cool. And then that'll give you all your primary skills and all that sort of stuff as well. Oh, Lily, looks like you got 51 points out of your 50. So you might need to pop something out of something else.
Yeah, it's 8. You minus 40 by 18 because there's 9 things to put into, and then you double it by 18. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 22 XP to spend realistically.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you can go like under 1 for attributes, but not during character creation. So. Okay, so who has Cirrus solved his problem yet? I don't think so. I don't think so. He looks like he's still having some problems there. That's okay. We'll come back to him. All right, so... All right, Watchman, looks like you've got 50 points. That's good. And you got your jury rig. That's good.
Where do you see the...
Hmm?
You see the total there.
At the very top. So, Lobo, do you see how your character sheet has the skills down the bottom now? Under primary skills. There's combat sense, handgun, melee, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's good. Atomic, still waiting on... What's your character class, Atomic? What did you say it was?
Techie.
Techie. Roger. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so up the top there, it says ATTR, and it has a number.
Yes.
So that's the total, yeah. So yeah, anything up to 50.
50.
So there's some interesting rules in this game because of this. So one of the things that this game prides itself on is how much armor you can wear. So in the other games, we just sort of rounded up the numbers. In this game, you can have 3 layers of armor, right? So you can get like a Kevlar shirt and like a heavy leather jacket. and you can have then a bio-organic armor as well, and that counts as the 3 layers of armor. And the way that you work out how much armor you actually have is you take away the lowest score and the highest score from the highest score, and the difference gives you extra armor, and then you add all that up for each area. So you yeah, so your arms might have less armor than your legs, but we'll work all that out. It'll be fine. Yeah. So Cirrus, are you there, man? What's going on?
He said he's relogging Zoom to see if that's gonna fix it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I all this stuff should have been done ahead of time, but it is what it is. So, all right. Well, since Lily, you're done for now, why don't we move on to the next part for your character? So now, you have. Wait, I've actually got the wrong thing open. 1 second here. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, so let's do your actual life path stuff. So,
okay.
I've also given people the ability here to essentially. What's going to happen is in Cyberpunk 2020, your life paths are pretty much randomly generated. However, I've given everyone the ability to pick one particular thing about their character that is going to be gospel, so that won't change. So is there anything that you want to state about your character that's 100% true, Lily?
Like life path event wise.
Yeah, or something
okay.
about maybe you have I want there to be 4 siblings for my character. You can say something about that.
Not really right now. I've got just event wise, not at the moment. I've got the
what about
concept, but yeah.
What about where what your parents are or what lifestyle you had or anything like that? Is there anything like that you want to state as true?
I'm pretty good with just rolling and seeing what happens.
All right, cool. Let's do that. So first things first, I need from you 2d6 plus 16. If you roll that for me, please.
2d6 plus 16.
All right, so you are 22 years of age. That means we have to do 6 years worth of history for you.
Oh, okay. Even the age is decided.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So first things first, we are going to choose your family background. Who are you? Where are you from? Everyone on the street has a story and a past they're trying to live with. What's yours? So first things first, roll for me a 1d10. Okay. Your family is a corporate manager family. So you actually had a fairly good upbringing. You're definitely in the higher class of people. How you got to be in the gang stuff, we'll organically come to.
Yeah.
So roll for me a 1d10, please. Okay, 9. Something has happened to one or both of your parents. Roll for me 1d10. Okay, your parents died in an accident.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So what was the accident that happened? This is before you turned 16, FYI. So if it's a corporate manager, there is a chance here for corporate espionage being the cause. You can.
We're on a coast, right?
Yes, you're on the west coast of America.
Okay. It was a boat crash.
Oh shit. Okay. Are you saying that your family was in the export business or something like that? I
think it was just they had a boat that they had and they didn't like me going on it, and so one day someone just came to me and were like, hey, parents aren't coming home. Their boat crashed. So
Oh, okay, that's
we got
kind
this
of
really
interesting.
nice. We got this really nice corporate daycare you're going to be living in now.
That's kind of interesting. Would you say that they're? I mean, the corp wouldn't give a fuck about you. Like let's be real here. You wouldn't. You'd be
Right.
You'd be
Or, yeah,
homeless
whatever
to a
happened,
certain
so.
degree. So, I mean, there's some interesting things that we could say about your character here, right? Maybe your character is 100% seasick, like hates being on water, or
I kind of like that. Yeah.
yeah, like you can't
Just
stand
like,
being
yeah.
on a boat because there's a good chance you might go on a boat at some point. And the other thing that's worth pointing out too, it might be the fact that your parents weren't. It wasn't an accident, but maybe they were killed. Anyway, let's
Right.
work
Yeah.
out-
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. The causes are totally up in the air, but yeah, like the official, like if you look up the obituary or whatever, it'll say like oh, these people were like enjoying an evening on their leisure craft, and then there was a horrible accident and
Unexpected event in Night City Bay when C4 explosion caused a random boat to explode. All right, so roll me 1d10, please.
Okay, sure. D10. Boop.
Family status and danger. You are at risk of losing everything you haven't already. Family tragedy. Roll for me 1d10, please.
Okay.
All right.
You're literally hitting everything here. Okay. Your family was scattered to the winds due to misfortune.
What family?
My like cousins or something. It was just like they died. We're just,
Well,
we're
maybe
just
you
gonna
have
fuck off.
siblings, right? We still have to work that out. So
Oh yeah.
You need to roll that.
roll me a 1d10, please. That comes in a bit. That comes in
Yeah,
a bit.
what have you got? Zero siblings?
A 9. Okay. You grew up in a aquatic pirate park.
Oh god damn it! No.
So it does sound like.
I guess like I got over my aquaphobia real quick.
Well, no, I mean, like theoretically, you could say that your family was like from a corp that spent a lot of time on boats, right? Like it does. Like your story is. This is why I love this fucking background generator because it literally makes a character, right? It really does. So your
So
family.
what was that? I grew up in a pirate like
an aquatic pirate park. So essentially, your mega corporation was import export via boats and stuff like that by marine travel. However, they well and truly dipped their toes into the non like the illegal side of things as well, and that's why your family was targeted. Not necessarily your family, but the accident was targeted to the mega corporation. Your family happened to be a part of that. So let's roll your siblings. Roll me a 1d10.
D10.
Okay.
8.
You are an only child.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it! No family to be scattered, man.
Well, that's easy because I once had someone roll 7 siblings. And for siblings, you have to roll the sex, the age, and
my God.
how much they liked you or hated you for each sibling. So sometimes it takes a while.
Wait, but so what's scattered? Your parents' ashes? Like,
Well, I mean, like, for example,
Probably well, just like probably any blood family is like just fucked off. Probably.
yeah. The other thing is
If
too,
there were
like,
cousins or grandparents or whatever, they're gone.
this also defines your character quite a bit because you didn't get any like there was no like your family's dead. So you didn't get the ability. You don't have any security now, and when it's scattered to the wind, you don't have it. Like, there's no like, okay, your family saved up a bit. The corp doesn't give a fuck. You're on your own. Like,
right? Yeah, they died, and it's like, well, you're not an employee, so
yeah, that happened when you were 16 years of age. So, let's roll for your personality now. So, give me a 1d10.
okay. Is it like? Are these ones things that I can kind of like have some wiggle room with, or?
Well, you can define something about them right now because I did say that you can pick one thing, and you haven't picked what that is. So,
okay. Yeah, because I know some of these like I had an idea of how she was gonna like act and stuff. So like,
what have you got? What do you got?
Yeah,
Talk to me.
I'll roll, and then if something doesn't really line up with what I was thinking, like,
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So give me a 1d10.
D10.
All right,
9.
you are intellectual and detached.
Okay.
So let's roll
Cool.
for what you value most. A pet.
Ooh.
Gotta be
I
somebody
guess
who-
you had like a family pet, a dog. Here's the thing: animals don't exist in Cyberpunk. So it would be because your family was rich. It would be a synthetically enhanced animal.
Oh, cool.
So you can pick literally anything you want.
Rhino.
You could have a tiger and stuff like that. But the thing is, the thing is, it's dude. No, I won't accept a dolphin. Like that's on.
Damn it! Come on.
It has to be land based. Has to be land based, or else you would never
Okay.
see it again.
How about one that can go on land but can also go in the water?
Like a turtle.
Even like a-
Yes, that's exactly. I was a turtle. Can I have a turtle?
Sure. You could say
I like
say that
that.
it's synthetically enhanced so that it moves faster too. Like
Yes.
it's perfectly fine.
Yes.
So the thing about if for everyone wondering at home, the animals in Cyberpunk, they don't have any animalistic tendencies, right? If you get a tiger that's synthetically grown, because tigers don't exist anymore, so people don't know what tigers are like. So you can program a personality into it, but it'll never have the instincts that a tiger has, right? It won't be a predator.
Okay.
Right? Like
Sure.
you can use it as a guard dog, but it won't be a predator. So
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense.
All right, so roll me a 1d10.
Okay.
6.
Wow.
You value vengeance the most.
Oh.
Whatever that might be. Probably for your family or something like that. Or, but here's the thing. Your new family might be this gang, so we'll work out what's happening here.
Right.
So
yeah.
this gang that you guys are going to be in, the Back Alley Brawlers, they are 3 years old. So technically speaking, you're 22. You have 5 years or 6 years. So halfway through your life events is when you can theoretically meet up with this gang.
Yeah.
Roll me a 1d10. 9. Okay. How do you feel about most people? Wipe them out and give the place to the cockroaches. This matches up with your vengeance, but feel free to change it.
Yeah.
Now, you don't necessarily have to act like this. Like, you can personally hate people, but still act friendly to people. Right? Don't let this color your idea of humanity too much, but how you feel deep down, right? This is sort of the stuff that you don't show people. One more 1d10 for me, please. This is your most valued possession. An 8. A piece of jewelry, probably from your parents or something like that. Probably the only thing that you have left, outside of your mecha turtle. Okay, so we have 6 years to roll for you. So for the first one, roll me a 1d10.
Those are D10.
Big problems, big wins. Roll me
Cool.
a 1d10. Okay, even. Okay. Okay, roll me a 1d10. Okay. All right, so evicted from your home, nowhere to go. You fall in with a person of some descript who has a very good understanding of either weapons, martial arts, etc. So you find a Mr. Magoo, right? Like wax on, wax off. So tell me what this guy looks like, and who is he, and what does he teach you? So basically, you can add +1 to any weapon skills. Oh wait, with the exception of martial arts and brawling. Okay.
Or begin a new combat skill at 2. Okay.
So this is handguns, submachine guns, rifles, explosives. What else is there?
Okay, so Their name is Mr. Glad.
Mr. Glad. Okay. Cool.
And he's the owner of Mr. Glad's Arcade and French Fry Emporium.
Interesting. The problem I have with ownership and stuff like that is this guy's not going to be in your life forever, right? So I'm thinking he just owns like a shitty arcade somewhere. Okay, sure. Yeah.
It's not like I'm gonna try to use it or anything. Yeah, it's just like basically in my head, like she's 16 and she's just kind of wandering around, and so she just finds an arcade and spends a bunch of time
you'd be
there.
17 at this point, so.
Okay, yeah, 17. So yeah, like 17, and like she's just spending like a bunch of time here because like it's a roof basically, and he notices and is just like, okay, if you're gonna be alone, you need to know how to shoot a gun.
I actually like the idea that some guy tries to rob the arcade. And that's when you see like he's like John Wick.
Mr. Glad is just John Wick and he just like shoots a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So what does he teach you? Like handguns?
Yeah, handgun.
Okay. Cool. So keep that, just write handgun in here. After we put in your primary skills, if you don't have handgun, you can bring it in at 2. And here's the thing. In character creation, I'm limiting your ability to put in skills to up to level 5. So if you put handgun at 5, you can have it at 6 because of this extra skill.
Okay, got it.
So it'll just add on top to whatever you add at the end.
Sure.
So just remember that.
Sounds good.
All right, roll me 1d10. This is for 18 years of age. 7. Romantic involvement. Okay.
Ooh.
All right, roll me 1d10. Okay, fast affairs and hot dates.
I'm hearing it again.
What?
The blind watchman thing.
I don't hear it. Let's see here. Okay. So basically,
I turned 18 and I was just
sleeping
cut
around.
Loose.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
You're
good.
just
Excellent.
banging everybody. What that actually means for your personality is up to you.
Okay. Cool.
Roll me a 1d10.
Nope, back.
5. Friends and enemies. Okay, so maybe you fucked the wrong person. Let's find out. Roll me a 1d10. You made a friend. Okay.
Cool. I like friends.
Roll me a 1d10. 8. A relative. Okay, that's interesting. So you're 18 years of age, and maybe you have like a cousin or something coming knocking. So that's kind of interesting. Or something like that. Yeah, or maybe an uncle. Well, who did we lose just now? Why is there 2 of you? What the fuck?
Didn't he switch computers?
Me?
Yeah. Hold up. What the fuck?
Yeah, doctorsirus switched computers, right?
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's so weird.
Damn
okay.
Praise the Omnissiah.
Yeah. All right. So, okay. Well, that's cool.
Cool. Yeah. Found a relative. I'll figure out.
We will figure that
who
out
that
in a
is.
sec. Yeah. So roll me a 1d10.
Found a relative.
This is for 20 years old.
Yep.
3. Big problems, big wins. Roll me a 1d10.
Come on, even.
Okay.
Yes!
Roll me a 1d10. You got lucky. You know, for someone who's got no family, you're doing all right. Make a friend on the police force. You may use him for inside information at the level of streetwise +2 on any police-related situation. That's really good. This kind of influences how you became a fixer in some way, right? Like,
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm just like going around making a bunch of connections, and then I'm just like, because 20 is when I joined the gang too, right? Because that's or either 19 or 20 or whatever. So yeah, that
20,
works.
20 is probably like where you've
Yeah. Cool.
I mean, you could even theoretically make it so that your relative is a part of the gang if you really wanted to. Like,
Yeah.
you know. All right. So 21. Let's see. Roll a 1d10. Nothing
10.
happened. So you had a pretty good year. So you're probably in the gang, just doing things at this point.
Yeah.
Whatever that might be. So are you interested in having the relative be like a part of the gang or something? Because that's kind of good information if that's the case.
Yeah, I think so. I like that.
Okay, cool. We'll decide what that actually looks like over the week.
Sure.
Roll me 1d10. This is for your last year.
Last year.
A 3. All right, big problems, big wins. Roll me 1d10.
Come on, even.
Okay. All right, one more 1d10. Local nomad pack befriends you. You can call upon them for 1 favor a month, equivalent to family special ability of +2.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Or
That's like one person from a nomad pack, basically.
Once a month.
Wait, what's 1 in the ability in Nomad then? Half a person, a midget?
Oh no, 1 and 2 are anything up to 5 is roughly the same, right? So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
1 is a small child.
Disappointed.
All right, so cool. That's your entire character backstory then.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's not bad. All right, so who's finished? Let's take a look at Cirrus. Have you done your 50 points yet? No. So Cirrus, if you can hear me, can you hear me?
The entire thing was muted.
Okay,
I can hear you.
You can hear me now? Okay, perfect. All right, so you need to spend 50 points on your attributes with a minimum of 2 in each one.
Okay.
So make sure you do that. What is your class?
I am MedTech.
MedTech. Okay, so we have 2 techies, 1 MedTech, a fixer, and a solo.
A lot of text.
Yeah, it's a lot of techs.
They
Okay.
call our squad tech support.
Okay, cool. Reflex, int, tech, cool, body, attribute, attractiveness, luck, movement allowance, and empathy. You have 50 points to spend in each one with a minimum of 2 in each. So make sure you do that, Cirrus, for me now. Atomic, let's do you now.
Okay.
Have you finished your... You have. Okay, cool. All right, so let's start off with origins. So, again, you have one thing to define about your character right now. Is there anything you want to define? That's verbatim. That's true.
Yeah, it's age probably. So,
All right. You have to be older than 16.
Yeah.
And you can't be higher than 28, I think. So
We'll do 26.
26?
He's an old man by street standards.
Okay. So we're rolling 8 years for you then. Okay. And remember, lots of bad things can happen too. So it's not necessarily a good thing to be older. Lily's character had a lot of good things happen to her, but she definitely...
Yeah, I got really lucky.
Yeah. So let's decide your family background then. So roll 1d10 for me, please. And keep in mind you can just press up and enter when you want to re-roll a 1d10. So. Okay. You're from a gang family.
All right.
Do you have any, obviously it's not going to be the gang that you're in right now. So that's kind of interesting to a degree. And this gang that you're in right now could not have affected your gang family. So maybe there was some sort of falling out. I guess we'll find out. Roll me a 1d10 for your parents. Something has happened to your family. All right, 1d10. Your parents died in warfare. Makes a lot of sense. Gang family.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool. I do like that. So, all right. Let me just fix your camera real quick. Because there we go. Perfect. All right. So, let's find out what happened to you. Give me a 1d10. Family status is in danger. So, give me a 1d10. 7. Family is involved in a long-term conspiracy, organization, or association, such as a crime family or revolutionary group. So here's the thing. Your parents might have died in gang warfare, but I imagine most of your early life... here's the thing. I imagine you know how, crime families sometimes have, a very notorious presence, and maybe everyone in that family... is everyone in that family is known to people. I imagine as a child, like think of it as like almost like your family was trying to do political stuff, and you were very obviously attached to that family. So when your parents died, you were still known for being a part of that family, right? So you can't escape your past, essentially, is what that means. And maybe even the gang that took your family out ended up taking you with them, and you were like a prisoner of their gang for whatever nefarious purposes they had for a child in Cyberpunk 2020. I'll let your imagination run a little wild there when it comes to that sort of stuff. All right, so childhood environment. Let's see what that actually looks like. Roll me 1d10. Okay. On a corporate-controlled farm or research facility. All right. Yeah, try not to roll too many things while we're doing character creation, if possible. So you were a part of like the family that took out the gang that took out your family was obviously very powerful and very rich. So do you have any idea of like the type of temperament this gang might have had?
Oh, I would have imagined that they probably took him out over some really silly, stupid bullshit, as gangs are wont on to do. Like maybe it was like just not even it was an unintended slight that they took really personally.
Because there's a lot of gangs in this game, and I can find one that matches what you need, but I just need to know whether they were hyper aggressive, whether they were meticulous, whether they were cold and calculating. Like, what are you thinking?
Probably just incredibly paranoid. I mean, the whole conspiracy thing.
Okay, interesting. So they took you out because they thought that you were going to take them out, and they did it first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see your siblings then. 1d10.
Shit.
No, that's fine. You're an only child.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Now we need your motivations and personality. So roll me 1d10. Despite all this, you're sneaky and deceptive. Give me 1d10.
Never leave the family.
Yeah. The person you value most is a lover. So if a lover shows up during your your age rolling, that's the person you value most. So keep that in mind. We'll take the very first lover that shows up. So, what do you value most? 1d10. Money. There you go. That's a good one.
A prostitute.
Yeah. How do you feel about most people? 1d10. People are obstacles to be destroyed, or if they cross me. So that sounds good. And give me 1d10 for your most valued possession. A piece of jewelry. All right.
Wow.
So you have, how many years did I say? 8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 8 years. So make sure you keep note of these. So in your character sheet, there is, at the very top, there's life paths. So you can add like a life event in there, that sort of stuff. But for now, just write them all in your notes, and you can add it in later. So we got 8 years. So for age 17, roll me a 1d10. Nothing happened. So you were taken hostage, basically, and essentially just used as some sort of focal point for this gang. Yeah.
Cyberpunk in the barbarian.
Yeah. So write that down. For age 18. Roll me a 1d10. For friends and enemies. Okay, roll me a 1d10. Alright, so you made an enemy. Roll a 1d10 for me, please.
It's your girlfriend.
Okay, so it is a male. Roll a 1d10.
It's your boyfriend, I mean.
You made an enemy of a government official. Give me a 1d10. Yeah, this is what I meant by bad things happening.
Oh boy.
Accuse the other of some cowardice or some personal flaw.
Oh, that's alright.
Okay, roll D10.
Who pressed?
I'm thinking like some sort of like politician or something like that, maybe. They hate you. Roll me 1d10. All right. You avoid him. 1d10.
Makes me like gay shit.
What can he throw against you? An entire government agency. So no wonder why you avoid him. So I like the idea that as a kid, right, your parents were doing like the political movements, like they're trying to go legit, right? They're trying to take their family and go legit, and they're like, we are running for mayor, and then like Mayor Mbunke, that's his actual name, in case you're wondering. I like the idea that you said something to him that pissed him off to no end. And now he's just like, fuck this kid if I ever see him again. So you avoid the mayor of Night City like no one's business, okay? And if you ever run into him, which you probably will if you're a gang, he will do everything in his power to make sure that your life is ruined. So
You guys go ahead. I'm gonna sit in the car.
all right, so that was pretty cool. So just put down the mayor in there. So for 20 years old, roll me a 1d10. Friends and enemies, 1d10. All right, friend, 1d10. 6. Oh, just real quickly, Lily, can you roll me a 1d10?
What?
Okay, so that's a female relative of yours, FYI.
Okay.
Okay. So, you have a... oh, no, sorry, it's a male. It's even. So, yeah, it's a male. Male relative. So, right, this is a male. Roll me a 1d10. An old enemy. Okay, so you repaired whatever problem you had with Mbunke over a year period. So what was that like? What did you do?
I mean, maybe he had some really rare car that, you know, I was having trouble getting work. His mechanics are sitting there just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. And then somebody's like, oh, I know this guy. He's pretty good with vehicles, you know, fixing engines and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I didn't know who the car's owner was. But then after, you know, maybe I fixed his car. And then, you know, we kind of realized, you know, we do the deadpan stare. It's like, are you? And then, you know, we have a handshake and it was like, you were a kid. Shit happens. You know,
Okay.
Everybody's a shithead.
Wow. Okay. Or more likely the alternative here is the other thing that we could potentially do here. I like the idea that Mbunke is still your enemy because he's in the actual game. He's very, you know, vengeful. Maybe this gang that you were a prisoner of had the same thing, right? Like, I like the idea that the gang leader, whatever gang we decide on, had the same problem. We can go with the gang. I think the gang it makes a lot more sense because then this gives, at the age of 20, you now have like this, you know, you sort of have your freedom at this point, right? Like you're sort of released from custody, as it were. So let's go with that because that makes a lot more sense for everything going forward. So for 21, give me a 1d10.
Literally turning into Cyberpunk Conan right now.
Yeah. Okay, give me a 1d10. Okay. Okay, you took a hit. Run d10. A 9. Uh-oh. Hunted by a corporation. You have angered some corporate honcho. Roll a 1d10. Oh shit, boys! It's a huge multinational corporation with army ninjas and spies.
What you get for being so old, man. What
Yeah.
you get?
Roll me a 1d10. Okay. You try and hide, basically. So your notoriety is fucking causing you so many problems. The mayor hates you. You have a multi-corp on your back as well. Damn, dude. Damn. I'll tell you what corporation that is. You know what? That's Arasaka, actually. The massive multinational security corporation from Japan. So just write that in
well,
there.
you're fucked. Rest in pieces.
Just like real life, I my loud mouth.
Yeah. No wonder you turned to gang warfare, right? Because you literally can't exist in corporate life. So. Okay, roll me a 1d10 for me, please.
Maybe they try to go into car lines and that they were garbage, so you like criticize them online.
All right. You did a lot more than that. Friends and enemies. Roll me a 1d10. All right, you made an enemy. 1d10.
It was literally shit in the CEO's Cheerios.
This is a female. Roll me a 1d10.
Okay.
Partner or co-worker. So this is probably your lover.
Oof.
Oh my! Wait, was that what he treasured most?
Yeah. Accuse the other of cowardice or some personal flaw. Okay. Roll me 1d10. Okay. They hate you. Okay, so here's the thing. I like the idea that you had this lover from your old gang, right? And especially since you got your freedom or whatever, you know, that's how it sort of worked out. And the fact that you left the gang to pursue your own dreams pissed her off so much that she hates you, but you still hold the candle for this lady. You know what I mean? Like, so roll me a 1d10.
Roll the net. Boom.
There's always one holding the boombox.
Okay.
True.
So this woman hates you so much for leaving the gang that she tries to kill you.
Yep, she just shoots you. Take out that boombox. Boom.
Roll me a 1d10 for me, please. Okay.
Women, what can I say?
Carmelita from
She
Sly
was. Not only did you, holy fuck, dude. Not only did you get like your freedom from this gang, but you were sleeping with like the leader's daughter. So she can throw an entire gang at you. I'm not even making this shit up, man. This is what you're rolling.
You have a gang after you, a microcorporation, the mayor of the city, and your girlfriend wants to kill you.
Did you steal the Infinity Gauntlet too?
This is also our problem because we're in a party with him.
Yeah.
Well, let's kick him out. See you, buddy.
So I'll find you an appropriate gang at some point. Wow, dude. Congratulations on this.
Well, yeah, congratulations. You are officially the most fucked members.
Oh, I mean, you know,
I guarantee nobody's gonna roll that badly. I guarantee it.
I take that as a challenge.
All right, so 23 years old. Let's roll a 1d10 for me.
Okay, since it's 20.
5.
Yeah,
All right,
this is
friends
the
and
last-
enemies. 1d10.
You become a part of the gang at 23.
8. 8 is an enemy. 1d10. Female. Okay. Interesting. 1d10.
Another
6.
female, really.
A person you work for. Interesting. 1d10. 3. Cause a major humiliation to this person.
Oh my.
1d10. Okay, the feeling's mutual. Okay, so you both hate each other.
Oh. Okay.
1d10. 8. You ignore each other like 100%. So give me an idea what this. You worked for this person. So it must have had to do with something with you know.
Doctorsirus.
You'd probably turn off the light. So what was this person you worked for? What was the job?
Remember, there's a storm.
Let's see. Man.
You're a techie, right? So I imagine it might be something to do with you're brought in to create some sort of like, I don't know, like cybernetics or something like that, maybe? What do you think?
Yeah. So, or let's see, cybernetics. I thought cybernetics was more of a mid-tech thing, but did they say what did they that
Cybernetics are different.
Well, like medtech are the one that puts it into a person's body, but like a regular tech would be the one that like would make it or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, contract to make some fairly basic hardware, you know, try to adapt it to work or whatever. And they were wanting, you know, they're like, oh, I want to spend this much money. I'm like, you can't do that for that much money. And they're like, well, do it anyway. And then it's just like, it got to the point to where they were tired of waiting. I was tired of trying to do bullshit with not enough resources. And so we just said, fuck you, called it quits, and just went our separate ways. Never to speak of it again.
All right, so there is some sort of corporation out there who creates, bioorganics or something like that, that you refuse to work for and purchase things from. You're basically like you hate them. And if you ever run into this lady, you'll basically just have nothing to say to each other. So just put down small corp for biomechanics. And we'll go from there. Every time I look at Sirius's camera, he's like doing something interesting. I don't know what's going on there, man. Okay, cool. All right, so
I feel like I'm watching a flick.
1d10 for me, please. 1. Big problems, big wins. All right, roll me 1d10. Finally, you're getting something good here. You took a hit. 1d10. Hunted by a corporation again. All right, let's...
So much for good things, bro.
All right, roll me a 1d10. God damn it, dude. All right, we're not going to take that. I'm not going to have a dude with 2... No, you know what? No. Do you know what this is? Roll me a 1d10. Let's see where this goes. A 4. All right. I like the idea that there is a manhunt from Arasaka for you. So it's not a new corporation; it's the old one trying to come after you. Do you have any idea what put you back on their radar?
Put me back on the radar?
Yeah.
I didn't think it ever dropped off to begin with.
Well, I mean, you've been hiding, right? So.
Yeah. Let's see.
Daringly posted another bad review.
Well, it's nothing that basic, but yeah.
Yeah, but it got so many views, though.
It'd have, for a corp that big to do a manhunt, it'd have to be some pretty serious shit.
So here's what I would suggest, right? It's not necessarily a manhunt specifically, but very recently there was a company that created a magnetic fingerprint sealing padlock. And that had a very, very glaring flaw to it that you could very easily disassemble the lock. And people did that, and it destroyed the entire business. So maybe there was some sort of release of some product that they had, maybe a gun or something like that, right?
Maybe made the tutorial.
And you basically pointed out glaring flaws, and this product has never been able to take off because of this fucking shit that you've been doing, right? You've been showing people, basically you just don't buy this shit. It's broken, it doesn't work, all that sort of stuff.
So it was a review.
Yeah.
I mean, that's happened so much with in the firearms industry over the years. Just the smallest things just gives, even 100 years later, something will have a reputation that it probably didn't deserve because everything has bugs, whatever. But it's too late, damn it, done.
Yeah.
Nope. Somebody died.
Yeah.
So I mean, they probably pumped millions into this research, building whatever, and now all this shit is, if you can't sell it, it ain't worth very much.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty interesting. So make sure you put that in there. That you pissed him off again, and yeah, you just pissed him off again, and so you finding a hard time to deal with these people. All right. So, what'd you say? 26. So you got 2 more years. Run D10 for me, please.
Is he a part of the gang yet?
4. 1d10. Okay, friend. 1d10, finally.
Oh, I have one.
6. An old enemy. Okay. Okay.
This is a real up and down relationship. Okay, going on here.
Give me a 1d10.
Wait, what if?
Oh,
what
sorry.
if she takes you back?
She takes me.
Yeah, I mean, that's entirely possible here,
You
right?
still loved her, right?
Um,
But she hated you. She can change.
okay, so this is a male.
Oh, never mind.
So this has to be Mbunky.
Maybe a former gang member that was your friend.
No,
that
this
turned
is
into-
an old enemy. So it can be Mbunky
Oh,
or it can be
never
someone else, right?
Damn. Rip.
What would you like it to be?
Doing bunker just because, I mean, I
Okay.
need one friend.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's from enemy to friend is a bit of a stretch, especially for the mayor.
Yeah.
So I would say that he doesn't hate you anymore. So we can go with what you said. Like he had a car, right? That was an old machine that he was looking to get that couldn't broke down on the street. Like it was an old sports car from the early.
British sports cars break down all the time, so.
Yeah. So you probably found him on the street, and you offered to help, and as you were fixing the car, he finally remembered who you were, and you had a mutual agreement at that point. So, so yeah, good stuff. All right, last year,
Oh, boy.
1d10,
All right.
a 3. All right, big problems, big wins. 1d10, an 8, an even. All right, there you go. You get lucky. Last year.
Oh,
All right, so whereabouts in this did you start working for the Back Alley Brawlers? Maybe this year? Let's find out. Roll a 1d10. 7. Local nomad pack befriends you. You can either keep this or you can make this a part of the gang. What would you prefer?
Having it into the gang would be a bit better, I think.
Okay, cool. So, let's say the same thing happens here. Like you probably have like a small squadron of people from within the gang, the Back Alley Brawlers, that respect you for whatever reason. Like maybe they're in a firefight and you came to their aid or something like that. Like maybe their car was broken down, they're getting like peppered by bullets and shit, and you just like came over and like fixed their stuff and drove off with them. And these guys basically have your back. So there's like at least one person in this gang you can call on whenever you need help. We'll define what that is soon, so just make sure you put that in there. Cool.
Sounds good.
All right. So Cirrus, how are you doing with your character? You haven't done anything yet by the looks of things, so Cirrus, you there?
He's muted, I believe. Or
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was muted. Sorry about that.
Have you you need to actually work on your character sheet there, bud. You haven't put anything on
Yeah,
there yet.
it's been a carnival of failure on my end.
Okay. Yeah. Are you able to do it? Or, cause, yeah, we need you to spend your attribute points.
I've had to completely reload the entire Roll D20 application.
Okay.
So just give me a moment here.
is that a fan?
Sure.
Oh, it's finally loading.
Okay. So, yeah, go ahead and do that. We'll move on to Lobo since you're next in the list. Okay. So is there anything about your character you wish to define right now?
No. Okay. All right. Can it just? Is it just one detail?
One
Just
detail.
one?
Yep.
All right. Hmm. Either. I was thinking either founder of the gang or like
No founder. You can't. I won't accept founder.
bastard. You bastard.
Yep.
All right, fine. I'll go with the other one, which is I'm an orphan. Like I was put in an orphanage, so I can still have parents and stuff, but adopted.
Okay, so you want to be an orphan. All right.
Because orphans get into drugs fairly commonly, so.
Roll me 2d6 plus 16.
Okay. All right. Still getting used to this keyboard. Right.
Okay, you are 22, so we have to do 6 years for you. Okay, family ranking, unknown. Parents, unknown. Family status. Oh, actually, no. Let's something has happened to your parents. Roll a 1d10 for me. We'll do that. 7. You were left with relatives for safekeeping. Okay. So, all right. So you have some sort of family in Night City, for the most part. But your family, your actual mother and father, you don't know. Okay. Roll 1d10 for me. Okay, an 8. All right, so cool. Your family is the people you're with have nothing bad have happened to them.
Okay.
So roll a 1d10 for me, please. 5. Okay. So you grew up in this area that you're in right now. Basically, you grew up in the corporate center.
All right.
So if you take a look at the map here, they see how there's West Hill Gardens. The yellow area.
Yep.
Basically, you grew up in that area. So you grew up actually in the CBD, so you know the city pretty well.
So I guess I was kind of adopted by my cousins, or like.
Or something like that. It could be that maybe you had like an uncle that wasn't related to you. You know, that sort of stuff.
All right.
Okay. You don't have any siblings, right? Oh, let's roll that. Let's see that. 1d10. Even if you don't know them. Okay, you're single. That's fine.
Every time.
Yeah.
All right.
Personality. 1d10 for me, please. Sneaky and deceptive. 1d10. The person you value most, a personal hero.
I guess maybe my cousin.
So you want this person to be a cousin? Is that what it is?
No, I mean, like an uncle figure, you know?
Okay,
Being raised
so
by-
you mean the person that basically raised you? You want that to be your
Yeah.
personal hero? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Roll a 1d10.
Like maybe he's an old, like crippled badass.
You value money the most. Right, roll a 1d10.
I mean, money, drugs, go.
4. You hate almost everyone.
All right.
1d10 for me, please. A piece of jewelry. Oh my god. Everyone has like everyone's blinging.
Bling, bling, bling.
All right,
dog.
so we have 6 years
What's
for
that
you.
money?
So Lobo, at the very top of your sheet, on the very there's like 6 dots. The very last one is notes. You want to click on that for me? So this is where you write your life path for now. So roll a 1d10 for me, please. This is for age 17. 2. Big problems, big wins. Roll 1d10.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Okay, you get lucky. 1d10.
Lucky or
6. A powerful corporate executive owes you 1 favor at the age of 17. So what does that look like exactly? What did you do?
all right. I guess.
You
maybe
know
it
what?
was
Actually, you know what it is? This is perfect. You're a drug user, right? You're at some sort of fucking club,
that's
something
what I
like
was
that.
thinking.
Some guy is like fucking, like on like sliding down a wall with how fucking drunk and stoned he is, right?
Yeah,
And he's looking for
somebody
one
pressed
more
the button.
hit, looking for one more kick, you know, because No one looks after anyone else, right? That's just not how that works.
Yeah.
So you give him like, you know, he bums a fucking some sort of like drug off of you, like you go into the bathroom together and you share like a line of coke or something like that, right? Like and you make a friend of this executive. So we'll define what that is. So just write powerful corporate exec owes you a favor. And, you know, in the actual game, right, you can bring it up at one point and then we'll define who that is. So make sure you write that down. Cool. 17-year-old you sneaking into fucking nightclubs doing drugs with corporate execs,
boy.
man.
Yeah, boy.
What are you going to do? Okay, 1d10 for me, please.
All right.
7. Romantic involvements. You start blowing the dude that you did a line of coke. No. Give me a 1d10, please.
What if it's a guy though?
Guess we'll find out. Is that a 6? Okay. Love affair with problems. 1d10.
What if it is the executive?
You fight constantly.
Oh, no, I guess it's not him. Maybe.
Okay. 1d10. 3. You still love each other. Interesting.
Hate fucking. Hey.
Give me a 1d10. We'll work out the sex of this person. Okay, so odd is female, even is male, so that's the female. Cool. So make sure you have a romantic lover of some script. We're gonna have to sort out all this fucking this camera shit, boys. At some point, it's kind of not good for you guys to keep jumping out like that all the time. So,
It is pretty bad.
yeah. So Cirrus and we'll sort out what's going on after this. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Dave, I think it might be.
Didn't catch any of that.
There?
Didn't catch any of that. So,
Sorry.
yeah.
About that. I think I might just have to log off. I think it might be better just to do. I might have to bail on you. If my internet is just simply not cooperating with me.
Okay.
Is there a storm in your area or whatever?
All right. I do. Yeah. Viewers, there is a storm in my area, and it's causing some real problems. I think I might have to bail on you because my internet and I am simply not cooperating with me.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. Viewers, there is a storm in my area, and it's causing some real problems. I do.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll have to come up with your character at the beginning of the next session.
I can't fix this anymore.
Okay. No worries. Yeah. We'll come up with your character at the start of the next session, so don't worry about that. We'll get it all ready for you. So.
That's why I wanted to have
Sorry
a test
about
session.
that, Dave.
No worries.
that.
No worries. Okay. Thanks, mate. Jump out. We'll be okay. Yeah.
All right. All right. Signing off.
Bye bye. All right. Well, that's unfortunate, but it happens, I guess. So, all right. So, yeah, we'll define what this character looks like, Lobo, in a minute. So roll me a 1d10. This is for 19 years of age. 4. All right. Friends and enemies. Roll a 1d10.
This is my first enemy.
Yep. Enemy. 1d10.
Let's go.
6.
Damn.
Okay, it is a female. No, it's a male, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 1d10. 6. Person you work for. Okay.
Alright.
What is your job defined as right now?
I mean, I'm a druggie, so I probably give people drugs and shit. So it's probably my supplier or some shit.
Okay,
Or
if you're cool with that
supplier.
being what it is, then that's what it is. Sorry, I'm just sorting out this stuff real quick.
8. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81. 82. 83. 84. 85. 86. 87. 88. 89. 90. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. 96. 97. 98. 99. 100. 101. 102. 103. 104. 105. 106. 107. 108. 109. 110. 111. 112. 113. 114. 115. 116. 117. 118. 119. 120. 121 Me. So that he hates me, right? A former supplier.
Yeah, or something like that. Hang on 1 second. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, now we're good. All right. Yeah. So you had a person you are working for. Give me a 1d10. All right. You caused a physical disability. Roll a 1d6 for me, please.
Oh, okay.
You made him lose an eye.
Oh, okay. All right. So maybe I was like high or something on my own product, and he was yelling at me about it. So I like shoved a syringe in his eye or some shit.
God damn, dude, you're fucking crazy. All right, sure. You injected his eyeball with some sort of synthetic drug, which caused it to, I don't know, rot out of his skull.
Jesus fuck.
I can give it as good as you fucking give it to me, mate. So don't worry.
All right, man.
Did I do that? God damn it, Cyber. God damn it. Okay. All right. Give me a 1d10. All right. They hate you, obviously.
Yeah,
give me a 1d10. Okay. You now ignore him, probably because you don't remember it.
Yeah, I just got just all the drugs just fucking made me forget.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I'm high at the time, I just forgot about it. Yeah.
1d10. 7. An entire gang. So you were getting high. You were selling for another gang, essentially.
Yeah.
So he can throw a gang at you. So we needed to find where that gang is. Okay. 1d10 for me, please. This is for 21. No, 20. Yeah. Okay, friends and enemies, 1d10. An enemy, 1d10.
Hey.
This is a female, 1d10. This is the person you are working for. So 1d10.
Another supplier?
Foiled the
Wait,
plan of the others.
No.
Okay, so I like the idea that, you know, you go from one drug gang to another. Right?
Yeah.
One booster gang to another. There's tons of gangs in this game, don't worry about it. You can work for lots of different gangs. And I like the idea that you saw an opportunity to get rich or some descript, right? And
yeah, because I love money and hate everybody.
yeah, you took something that caused their big score to go downhill. Give me 1d10.
Nope. Whoops. There we go.
A 1. They hate
boy.
you, obviously. 1d10.
Obvious.
They now ignore you for whatever reason. 1d10.
Oh, okay. Maybe I fucked up, and I didn't even succeed. But they
2.
just hate it.
He has just himself, so it's probably some sort of low hanging fruit in some gang or something like that. So,
Yeah,
so this is a lady, so make sure you make that down. So, all right. This is for 21 years of age. Roll me a 1d10. God damn it! Nothing compares to Atomic's fucking nuclear rolls, though. But like,
that was terrible.
Yeah. 5. Friends and enemies. Damn, dude. 1d10, please. Friend. 1d10.
Ah, fuck you.
8. Male. 1d10. Met through a common interest. Drugs?
Try.
Okay, so yeah, you have a friend who is a friendly drug user.
Hey, bro.
What is he like?
We
Tell me
got
about
high
him.
together.
Tell me about him. What's
All
he
right.
like?
So this guy, I'll just call it stereotypical name. Name Bill. Oh, what? Damn it! I pressed the wrong button. I went back, but his name is Bill, and he's a cokehead and likes to get high all the time. Super energetic, so he always goes around like being like, yeah, let's go do this. And since I was getting coke often, I was doing the same thing. So we're just screwing around, messing around, and becoming buddies. Yeah, drug adventure.
Drug adventure. Cool, I like it. All right then. So you got one more year, 1d10.
Okay. Cool. All right, that's marked down. Now slash R 1d10. Boom.
You can call him. Why don't you make his name Billy White Powder?
Billy White Powder has a great name. Goddamn.
All right, so friends and enemies. Damn, dude. I reckon your entire thing is friends and enemies. 1d10 for me.
All right, this is the last roll, I think, right?
Yeah, so you made an enemy, 1d10.
Oh, yeah, bro.
This is a female, 1d10. A government official. Good job. 1d10. 4. Accuse the other of cowardice or some personal flaw, 1d10. You hate them. So they obviously called you out on your bullshit. Actually, you know what? If it's let's continue. Let's see what happens. 1d10. Okay. You really want to kill this person. 1d10. 6. Okay. Okay, so here's what happens. They don't know you exist.
Oh,
You've seen them, like, this is a stereotypical, like, government official that, hates, this is going to sound weird the way that I say it, but this happens a lot, right? The government official who is a closet homosexual that rallies against homosexuality in the actual parliament and stuff like that, right? Same thing here, but like with drug user, right? Anti-drug, like super, super, super anti-drug. Like has implemented all these laws for it, has implemented, police forces and stuff like that.
Makes it harder for me to sell, makes it harder for me to get. Yeah.
However, you saw them buying drugs for themselves.
Oh.
Right? Like, you saw them do this, and now you have an absolute massive vendetta against this woman. It's probably some old lady too, right? That's what is the kicker here. She's probably in her late 70s. She's been doing. She was probably buying like synthetic coke from someone, right? She's probably been a drug user for a long time, but how she got into power was being anti-drug, and now she's 100% anti-drug, and yeah, I like that. That's cool. That is a cool. Yeah. That's a cool thing right there. I like that. So tell me about how you fit into the gang, then. Is Billy White Powder your into the gang?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like Billy White Powder because he's so energetic, going on adventures and shit. Like maybe he saw that there was this fight going down, and he was like, yeah, let's get into it. And we, for some reason, joined a fight and fought whatever gang they were like trying to get off their turf. And we did so well because of how fucking high we were. Yeah. They were just like, fuck yeah, guys, shit, join our gang. And it's like, yeah, bro, go.
All right. So I guess Watchman. Blind Watchman, we're on you now. You're a techie. Looks like you got all your attributes lined up, which is good. All right, so let's talk about your character. Now, was there something that you wanted to define was true about your character?
My character and someone he cared about was in the subway slaughter that originally started the Backstreet Brawlers.
Okay, so 2017. So that's cool. You weren't exactly like you were a victim of it. Is that what you want to say?
Yeah, like the person he cared about died in it.
Okay, were you there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Cool. So let's roll your age to begin with, so we can get an idea of when that takes place. So give me a 2d6 plus 16. Crackhead wobble, but he don't fall down.
Some good Dave Chappelle right there.
God damn. 8 years. All right. So if you're 24 at 2020, that means 3 years ago you would have been 21. So at 21 years of age, someone you knew died. We'll define who that person is, and if no one shows up, it would be they did it personally to you. Like maybe you got a disability out of it or something like that. Yeah. Like maybe you lost an arm and that you replaced with a cybernetic thing. Like that's basically what that would end up being. So let's do your family background. Roll me a 1d10 for me. Also, just so you know, keep a note of this. So at the very top of your sheet, there are 6 dots. The very last one will take you to a note page. Make sure you write down everything that happens here, because as a GM, I can use all of this for your character, and the more information I have, the more we can do. So at the age of 17, that's when it starts. But for now, let's roll your family. So 1d10.
Okay.
6. You were part of a gang family of some descript. Roll me a 1d10. You can just press up and enter on the roll 20, and it will bring up your last roll. So 7. Something has happened to your parents. Roll me a 1d10.
Rest in peace.
Your parents died in an accident. So it can't be that your parents died in the thing, because that happened like 5 years after this, right? So this is before you turn 16, essentially. So do you want to be who was the other person that had gang stuff? Was it you, Atomic?
I mean, I think Atomic and I had gang stuff, right?
Yeah, I had the whole parents died and was kind of like Conan the Barbarian into another gang.
Yeah, so potentially you could have parents that were related to the same gang warfare if you want, and that's how you two know each other if you want. Like,
Okay.
I mean, like, so, by the way it sort of ended up, Atomic was like head child, or the child of the head of the gang. You necessarily don't have to be that. Your family parents can be just normal shit kickers of that gang if you want, but you can have an association to Atomic's character. But let's roll a 1d10 for your family status. Okay, family status is okay even if parents are missing or dead. So there was no tragedy here, but your parents died in an accident. So I'll let you define what that is if you want. You can tell me about that accident. But let's work out where your environment was. So roll me a 1d10. A 4. In a decaying, once upscale neighborhood. Okay, so you were raised outside of the CBD. Now, Night City itself is fucking enormous. In Cyberpunk 2077, it's most of the West Coast. Like, not one city is most of the West Coast of America, right? So Night City like goes all the way from like top of San Francisco, like LA, all the way down to Las Vegas in length, right? That's how big one city is. So just think about that, and you have the idea. But in 2020, which is 50 years earlier, it's basically a huge swath of land. But the CBD is where the game's taking place. But outside in that area, there is like massive gang territory warfare and all that sort of stuff out there. So there's a place called the Combat Zone, which you can be from if you like. The Combat Zone is essentially what was a really nice area that they tried to build up. However, it fell to gang violence very quickly, to the point where they had to wall that bitch up, and the people that are in there are just locked in there. So, like, it's like the Wild West and that shit. So, you could have gotten out of that, obviously, but you could have grew up in there. So you basically saw the fall of the Combat Zone. So that'll taint your character in a way. Give me an idea for siblings. 1d10 for me, please. 2. All right. Let's see. Okay, you have 2 siblings. Okay, for the first one, let's roll a 1d10. Okay, it is a female sibling. Roll a 1d10. They are older than you. Roll a 1d10. The sibling likes you. So you have a sister that likes you. That's older than you. So write that down somewhere in your notes.
What kind of likes you?
For the second sibling, roll me a 1d10. Okay, 6. So that is a brother. 1d10 for me, please. 6. They are younger than you. 1d10.
More 6.
1.
Oh.
This sibling hates you.
Yeah.
No, they dislike you. They don't hate you, but they're not friends with you, right? So you basically your sister essentially looked after the both of you, right? Is how that worked out. So you basically your sister basically had to become your parents, by the sounds of things.
And I was the favorite.
Well, yeah. I mean, your younger sibling hates you, but probably likes your older sister, right? So let's go to your motivations. Roll me a 1d10. Okay, you are friendly and outgoing, which is unusual. Roll me a 1d10.
My guy is scarred for life and hides that behind jokes.
Yeah. To give you an idea, like literally every single one of those outside of the 10 is like some way negative. So 10 is like the positive one there. So 3, you have a lover that you value the most. We'll find out who that is. Probably the person that died in the slaughter. So roll a 1d10 for me, please. An 8. You value power the most. Probably because you were powerless in that whole slaughter, you know? Maybe that's why you seek it so much. All right, roll a 1d10 for me, please. People are untrustworthy. Don't depend on anyone. That is how you feel about most people. So, you know, if an option comes up for you doing, like asking someone for help or doing it yourself, you're more likely to do it yourself, right? That's essentially what that means. And your most valued possession. Don't roll on 8, please. Okay.
7.
A musical instrument. Interesting. So probably something not powered, given your, you know, maybe like an acoustic guitar or something like that, right? Like something that doesn't require power to use.
I'm just picturing like a recorder. Just
It doesn't have to be something so pathetic if you don't want it to be. Like you could be like you could have like a saxophone or something like that, right? Like, you know, like that sort of stuff like could be cool. So if you want a recorder, that's fine. A slide whistle.
You know what? It's a slide whistle now.
No, but here's the thing. It's your most valued possession, right? Like
Yep.
it is the thing that like if someone stole it, you would go to the ends of the earth to recover, right? So
Maybe it's like a slide whistle that my character got from like before his parents died. The last thing he got from.
So it's like that Batman like ticket to like the play, you know, or like
Yep.
it's yeah okay
It's not bloodstained though.
yeah.
I just want to make a doof wagon, but instead of the doof warrior, it's him with the slide whistle.
Okay, that is so we got to do 8 years. All right, so for 17 years of age, roll me a 1d10, please. Nothing happens. So you're still maybe looking after your brother at this point, you know, existing, that sort of stuff. So make sure you write down every single year separately, so that we can get an idea of where you came from. Okay. No, this is 17. So this is for 18 years of age. We need a D10. Hang on, let me just space this out a little better so I can keep track of it. Okay.
So 17 was the nothing.
Yep. So this is for 18 years of age.
I will have nothing happen to me.
Yeah. I mean, like, so the thing is, like, nothing eventful, right? Like, you can still have things go about and that sort of stuff. So, you know, you could go all the way up to 21 before nothing happens and it would still be in line with your character, right? So,
That That's the goal.
And
Nothing
here's
happens.
the thing, right? Like, if you need to have a lover by this point, and if nothing happens, like it would need to be a sibling or something like that. And we can define what that relationship is. So, I mean, you can love your sibling, but not like be physical or anything like that. I'm not insinuating anything like that, but
Yep.
we need to have that relationship needs to be defined if nothing happens. So give me a 1d10 for me, please.
5.
5. Okay. Friends and enemies. Roll a 1d10 for me, please. Okay. You made a friend. 1d10.
3? Oh.
7. Okay. That is a female. So give me a 1d10. 7. Like a foster parent to you. Interesting. So maybe at the age of 19, you and your younger sibling, right? You're still taking care of your younger sibling. And maybe you find like some sort of home or something like that, right? Maybe there's like a bunch of homeless people that live together, and you found like a roof over your heads, and you're able to take care of your younger brother during this period. So that's cool. You know, like I like that. So what is this female friend, and what is she to you? She's like a foster parent. So like, what is she like?
She's probably in her 50s, maybe because of the stress of being homeless.
Mm-hmm.
There's like patches of gray and the otherwise black hair
Mm-hmm.
that she normally wears in a ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows like defense stuff. So I'm able to leave my brother with her to go figure things out. And I also think that's why my brother dislikes me. He feels I've abandoned him.
Okay. I don't know about the defense thing. Like you won't gain anything mechanical from her, from you saying that she knows that stuff. So,
that.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking like that. I was just thinking she knows how to like maybe hide.
I like the idea that she has like a fucking taser or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, cool. So that's for all right. So for 20 years of age, roll me a 1d10. Big wins, big problems. 1d10. Odd. Okay. Roll 1d10. You're hunted by the law. Okay. So in order to get your family into a better place, you become like the street rat urchin sort of thing, right? Start stealing things, what have you. Roll me a 1d10. Okay, only a couple of local cops want you. Which makes sense with where your story is going right now, right? So what was it that you stole? Like, was it like, did you try and steal like something from a shop or something like that? And like, what was it?
I probably like robbed a store to get funds or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Like you,
So I could,
like, did you hold up like a 7-Eleven? Is that essentially what that looks like?
I held up the cop's favorite donut shop.
Okay. I like the idea that it's like some sort of like convenience store or something like that. Regardless, like, and maybe the cops came in when that happened, and they saw that how young you were, right? Like, and they saw like a desperation in your eyes. So that's why the entire police force isn't on you. So there's definitely a couple of cops out there that recognize you. So so make sure you write down that you would be recognized by like street cops at some like a couple of street cops at some point. Okay, so 21 is when the shooting takes place, right?
Yep.
All right. So at the age of 21, basically what happens is, let's see here. What's a good one? It'll be disaster strikes, lover, friend, or relative killed. You lost someone you really care about. and they were murdered, and you know who did it, which is to say, it was the slaughterhouse in there. So you're in a subway at this point. So it doesn't have to be like, because, so here's the thing, right? I did say that it has to be a lover of some descript, and nothing has come up thus far as to what that is or who that is. So the only people that you care about a lot is this older lady, and your siblings. So what exactly give me an idea what exactly this looks like and what that relationship was up until this point, because it needs to be a lover, and we should handle this like adults, because this is basically, this is real life, right? This is essentially, just figure this is someone's actual real life story. Like, imagine if it is your sister, like, imagine, or your brother, like, just imagine a scenario where, like, without any sort of like love in your life, like that sort of stuff, you turn to that as a resource. So what exactly is that, for you?
You know what? I think it was the older lady, because
Wimp.
Like, she was like a mother figure to you, and that was like this, now you have this weird sort of like fetish or something like that almost, like
Yep.
Okay, that's an interesting one. I'd like where that's going, and maybe that's why your brother hates you. Maybe he saw what was the actual like relationship that you had with this woman, and maybe that's why this woman kept your family around. She was a bit of a coug. So you're out with her, and what was the reason why you were out? Like, why were you out at the subway at this particular point?
It probably wouldn't be a restaurant, because she's homeless, I'm homeless.
Yeah. I mean, it could be like a festival or something like that. You could have went to Chinatown, you're coming back from it or something like that. There are things that homeless people can do for dates, right? Like, spending money isn't just the thing that you would do. So, but yeah, like everything.
Maybe me and her were coming back from the Chinese New Year, and we went into the subway because reasons, and that's when it happened.
Hang on, let me look this up real quickly.
Cyber shoot really think
so
that's like
it is the year of the rooster. So just so you know, if you're wondering, so maybe mark that down. So I like the idea that this you had this lovely evening with this older lady. There are you remember it fondly because there was like a bunch of like the New Year celebrations, and the whole idea of like celebrating the year of the rooster and all that sort of stuff. God damn it, guys! I'm trying to be professional about this. You're making cock jokes in the chat. I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. But yeah, like this whole thing is like, it's a fun memory for you, interposed with like you going on the subway and just like, so the slaughterhouse. Let me tell you a little bit about the slaughterhouse so that you are aware. Let's see here. Where is the slaughterhouse? Okay. They're a booster gang, so that means they sell a lot of drugs and stuff like that, so maybe that has an influence on you. Among many of the booster gangs in the Northside District, the slaughterhouse are considered the worst of the bad news, specializing in rippers, vampires, and any other cybernetic implant that has a long, sharp edge, right? So their fingernails extend into blades. Their hands open up for swords, right? Things like that. Most hardcore members skirt the edge of cyberpsychosis, meaning that they're capable of extreme lack of empathy, We'll kill at a moment's notice. If not for a lack of initiative, the Slaughterhouse would be the most dangerous gang in the city, freely committing crimes ranging from armed robbery to first-degree murder. So basically, that's what you know about them. Also, they like to... their logo is a butcher knife in red.
What are they, juggalos?
You say that, but there is a juggalo gang in here, so, you know, do whatever you like. There's a gang in here that's also the Brady Bunch, so, you know. Yeah. The gangs in Cyberpunk 2020 are very interesting. There's one here called the DJs, and they're DJs.
It's DJ Khaled, their leader.
DJ Khaled, yeah. There's a gang of clowns. There's a gang of Native Americans. There's a gang of former presidents of America. Yeah. Yeah, there's tons of different things. There's a poser gang dedicated to the pursuits and seduction of the most attractive women in Night City. Yeah, there are weird gangs in here, you know? Definitely.
Thank God I'm not attractive.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what happens. So you're a part of this slaughter. How did you survive it? That's what I want to know. Was it like, do you have PTSD from it? Like, what does that look like?
Oh, he definitely has PTSD.
You
The
hit him
friendly outgoing hides it, but like he was messed up because the way he survived was the older woman stepped in front and whoever killed her literally stabbed her through the chest, thought they stabbed me, and just left us for dead. And she died on top of him.
I like the idea that like the last image you have of her is basically just like her like bleeding out, looking into your eyes, saying something along the lines of shh, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Stay still. You know? Right? So for you, you're basically like underneath your lover, you're silently sobbing as she literally bleeds out and dies on top of you, and there's nothing you can do. While you're sort of the sound around you is basically just of the slaughterhouse just like laughing and people screaming and dying, and it's not good, right? And as a result of this, the gang that you are a part of, the Back Alley Brawlers, they're formed in response to the slaughterhouse doing what they did in the subway. So while you're not the founder, you are probably very much a part of the gang from the onset, right? And that's just what your character is now. You're dedicated to this. Like from this point onwards, you wear your black. What did I call the hat?
Beret.
Beret. Yeah, you wear your black beret. You're very much like into that gang life, and I would even say that you probably put aside your family maybe for this. I don't know. You can decide that yourself. So how many more years did we say that you needed? Was it 26?
I think.
No, you got 3 more years, right?
Yeah, up to 24.
Yeah, you got 3 more years. So let's roll the next one. 7. Romantic involvement. Oh shit, it didn't take long. All right, 1d10. Happy love affair.
No. Okay.
This is why I bounced back.
So what I think happened here is you went into the gang, and a lot of people at the beginning of this gang started from the same reason, right? They started from the loss of a loved one, a family member, a friend, bereavement mostly, and you fell into the arms of 1d10 for me. Okay, you fell into the arms of a female of some description, and like this year was mostly spent fighting gang warfare, being a vigilante, and like having a very successful relationship with a woman. It's a weird year for you. But this is you bouncing back, right? So we'll decide who that character is and if she's alive at the end of this. So you've got 2 more years. So 1d10 for me, please. 2. All right. 1d10. Okay, 1d10. Accident. Okay, 1d10.
Someone's dead.
Okay. Okay. You constantly relive nightmares
That makes sense.
of an accident and wake up screaming. Okay. So this accident that's happens this year is so traumatic that it overwrites the slaughterhouse trauma to a degree, right? So like some of this stuff is super bad. Like, you were terribly disfigured and must subtract 5 from your attractiveness, right? Like, some of those answers were super bad, right? So put that in perspective as to what that actually means. What type of accident were you in? Like, the type of accident where you wake up screaming every night. Keep in mind that your lover is still a part of your life, so she probably comforts you during these moments. But, like, what is that? What is the accident? Like, I imagine it's some sort of, like, maybe you're so into this gang life that, like, all these people that you're with are, like, your fucking family now, right? Like, your family doesn't exist. Your gang is your family. And I imagine that you were, like, you know, giving orders or something like that, and you lost maybe, like 20 people or something like that on a raid or something like that, and it was, like, traumatic. And you know what it was? It was probably the slaughterhouse that you were trying to go up against.
Yes, and the reason the raid failed is because my guy did the maintenance on the guns, and half of them jammed.
Oh,
So-
shit. Yeah, okay.
Extra bad, dude. Damn.
Damn, dude. Okay. So you wake up, like, constantly. Like, your nights are, like, you can't get sleep. Your nights are haunted by this. So make sure you put that in your character. See, this is why I love the Cyberpunk character creation. Like, name one other game that does this sort of shit out there, right? It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. This is literally magic in the works right here. So we got 1 more year from you. So let's find out what that is. 1d10. 3. All right. Big problems, big wins. 1d10. 9. That's an even. Yeah. So you get lucky. 1d10. Finally, some luck for you. Whew. You found a combat teacher. Probably on the back of you ruining everyone's lives. You can find this is +1 to any weapon skill, with the exception of martial arts and brawling. It's a +1 to any weapon skill. If you already have it at the end of character creation and you want to bump something up, it's a +1. But if you don't have it, you can come in at a +2. So.
Okay.
So what was this teacher? Probably someone that joined the Back Alley Brawlers, right?
Yeah, it was definitely someone who joined the Back Alley Brawlers. And my guy kind of gave himself a death sentence after the last year. So now he tries to fight with swords, but he's not that good. He still lived, but he's not that good.
Yeah.
So whoever this is teaches him how to wield the sword.
Some super old, like, Japanese akimbo, not akimbo, what do they call the sword fighting style they have?
Shido?
Yeah, something like that. But this is actually, yeah. So it can't be a martial arts. So it's probably just a sword fighter or something like that. So because that martial art is actually in this book. So, like, they can't teach you that, but they can teach you sword fighting, like the basics. Maybe you struggle to learn or something like that. So kendo or something like that. Yeah, like, yeah, you know.
Live action role play.
Oh, dude, did you fucking make a picture of your turtle?
Oh.
No, I grabbed a gift from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Perfect. Nice, dude.
Mecha turtle.
All right, cool. Well, that's it for the actual like character creation stuff. So now we're going on to skills, primary skills and such. So we do have a bit left. Where are we going? Okay. So the way that this works is you have 40 career points. Now, your main skill is different for every single character class that you have. You can spend up to 40 points. Maximum, you can spend up to 5 points in one skill. These skills are your primary skills. If you look underneath your attributes here, it'll have primary skill. You click that checkbox next to it, and you can like edit them. But you have 40 points in total to spend on those. If you look at the very top next to attributes, it'll actually tell you how many primary skill points you've spent. So there's that.
For our class, special ability is 5 also.
Yes. So the way that like in the normal game, they allow you to do whatever you like, but the result of something like that is, let's say you're a corp, right? Your special ability also defines how good you are at your job. So if you can put 10 points into it, and then you can just literally be like, if you were playing a rocker boy, for example, if you put 10 points into that ability, that means that you perform in front of like 300,000 people on the regular, right? Like that is like Bono level of superstars. Like that is, so that's why during character creation, I limit it to 5, because otherwise you get characters that are just like top ended, and there is no growth in those characters. Plus it means that you spread your points more evenly at character creation, and you become more robust rather than just like, I'm super good at handguns and nothing else. Like, so yeah.
Like one character made.
Yeah. So that's where you guys can look at. Let me know when you're done. If you have any questions about what a skill is, I can tell you more about them.
I should be done. I did my secondary. I looked and found what the pickup skills were, so I put those in as well. Mine's 41 because I gave that one for my my combat teacher for handgun.
Yep. So there are some skills in here that are specifically interesting that you might want to look at as techs. Stuff like, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Is it? Hang on. Skill list. Where is it? Because I know some of
Page
them.
45.
I know some of them
Master
have like actual, like, for example, if you want to learn how to pilot a plane, it costs a lot more to get them. So during character creation, it's 1-for-1. So if you want to be really good at piloting, you have to put as many points as you can in character creation into that, because actually learning how to pilot in the game is far more expensive otherwise.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find out what those are.
It looks like they're usually either 2 times or 3 times once you're actually in the game.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Do you have a page for that, Lily, somewhere? Because I'm trying to find that.
Skill descriptions is on 46 in the PDF.
Yeah.
Is where they all start.
Yeah. And it actually tells you in that skill description how much it costs to get it.
Yeah. Each of them will.
I see. Yeah. Okay. It has a little number next to it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll have a little 2 or a little 3, and then that means it costs double or triple.
So electronic security is one of the ones that is harder to get. Let's see what here. Weapon. I'm just trying to work out what they are. So weaponsmith, weapon tech. Weaponsmith is harder, but I know you don't have that as yours. So let's see here. Yeah, some of them are harder to get. So yeah. I don't think it matters too much though, because you know, by process of spreading it out over 5, you know, it doesn't make it too much harder to do that. So, did you have handgun as an actual like skill for Fixer?
Yeah.
I guess you did. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. All right.
Yeah. So my primary points I put 3, and then the other one raised it to 4.
Mm-hmm. You still doing yours atomic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what can you do with athletics?
Jumping, swimming, lifting things, throwing things. If you want to throw a grenade, you need athletics.
Okay. That's good to know.
Grenade's too heavy.
I'm a body type of 10, but I don't have any athletics. No.
Athletics, no, I mean, like, for example, if you have 0 in athletics and you try and throw a grenade, you won't be able to throw it precisely. Like, that's
so
what that means. So,
if I have 10 body and 10 athletics, what can I throw?
let's take a look here.
You can throw a truck.
Okay, distance thrown is 10 times body in meters. To hit, it's reflex plus athletics plus 1d10.
So I can throw 100 kilos.
No, distance thrown is
Okay,
in meters. So yeah.
What's the weight?
There is a there's a lift in your character sheet.
Which is 400.
So you can lift 400.
That means I can deadlift though. That doesn't mean I can throw it.
Yeah, exactly. Throwing is for like throwing weapons of specifically that sort of style. So
I see.
Your primary skills up to 40,
I
right?
mean, a rock is a weapon, right?
yeah, rock is a weapon. You can. It's a improvised weapon, but yes, you can throw a rock. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! So can I just become a rock thrower?
Sure.
All I'm picturing is him picking up Dwayne Johnson and just throwing him at
Just javelin Dwayne Johnson. Just like, phew! I mean, if I can deadlift 400, is it in pounds or kilos?
Let me just work that out. I'm trying to find that out right now because
if I can deadlift 400 kilos, that's 800 pounds.
Yeah,
I could throw an actual person pretty far.
Even more than that. It's probably in pounds because Pawn Smith was American in the 80s.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Like the system is American based, but it uses the metric system for like distance and shit. And cars use miles per hour. It's fucking weird. Like it is so weird. So
40 times your body type in kg, yeah.
In kilos? It's kilos?
Yep, 400 kilos. I can
So it's a
deadlift
metric
400 kilos.
That's good. Yeah.
Man.
That's a lot, dude. Yeah. But to give you an idea, like 10 in anything is like Olympic athlete level of lifting. So yeah, your body type modifier is -4, so you'll be taking 4 off all damage that comes in.
I've been taking roids for a while. That's what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
So everyone done with their primary skills?
Yep.
No, I've got 10 athletics. I'm just saying. Just saying.
No, you can go to 5. That's the highest you can take it to. Yeah.
Man, all right, fine.
Yeah, I'm not letting people be like, I'm like a fucking god at shooting a handgun. Like, you know. Just think of like up to this point, right? Like it's like any adventurer. Like you can be like, I'm the best adventurer in the land, but you start off at level 1. So
right,
you know, you can have this perception of yourself, but in reality, like when it comes to, you know, I'm the best gym bro there is, but I still can't fucking like throw a human being in combat. So like, you know, it's a whole different style of stuff. So
okay.
Also, you're missing 10 attributes in your score there, Lobo.
Eh?
You have 5. You have 10 more points to spend in your attributes. It's 50.
Oh, it says 40. Oh, it's 50. Oh, I thought it was 40.
No, it's 50. Your
Your
primary skills
50.
is 50. That's 40. And attributes is 50. So I'll just make sure everyone has 50 in theirs as
Now
well.
my character can be way better.
Okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Huh. I totally just have 10 reflex then. Yep.
Dude, okay, your movement allowance is kind of like that's not so bad. Here's the thing though. You are not very attractive. So if you try and talk to anyone, they're just gonna be like, fuck off. You're a 2. You're like literally
No, it's a 4. That's what I was going to change next.
okay.
My empathy isn't very good because of the role. I was like, all right, I'm going to have high empathy. But then I was like, I hate everyone. And it's like, okay, I guess
No.
I don't have high.
So empathy isn't that. Empathy is how connected you are to being a human. So
Yeah, but
empathy, here's the thing, right? You will get injured in this game and you'll lose attributes. If your empathy drops to a 2, your character is almost unplayable. Just keep that in mind, right? Like, empathy is not the stat you want to dump into. So just keep that in mind. I'm just telling you that right now from someone who is going to hurt your characters a lot.
Okay, so empathy 4 is fine, I guess.
Also, your XP should be at 0. I don't know why it's at 19.
Oh, yeah, I was using it to keep a track of my skill thing, but it keeps track of it for me.
Yeah, it
so.
keeps track of it, yeah. So
That's really cool.
yeah, this what I'm saying. This particular layout for Roll20 is actually really good. Like
Yeah, it's nice.
Really, really good.
compared to how it used to be. Holy shit, dude. So much nicer. So
All right, what am I at? 33.
there
I
you
mean, now I'm just making a well-rounded character. Fucking.
go. now I'm just making a competent character. Like, yeah.
I didn't want that. I wanted a druggy, crazy guy.
Stealth.
I mean, I'm still
I
pretty
actually
good.
think stealth is one of the hard ones to level up as well, if I remember correctly.
You
Yeah.
want a stealthy drug addict? Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, that sounds great.
All right. Cool. All right. Now that everyone's gotten to 40 for everything, next we do pickup skills. Pickup skills are a mix between your intelligence and your reflex, and that's how many extra skill points you get for everything outside of your primary skills. So you can't put any of these skill points into things that your character has for class skills. So if you're like Lobo, you have 12 points to spend on extra skills. So if you want to be particularly good at intimidation for whatever reason, this is when you put those skills in. You can have literally any skill under the sun, and I will even accept skills that aren't in the book. We can make skills. So
Is weapons tech based on intelligence? I'm guessing it is.
I believe so, yes. Weapons
All right.
tech is like building weapons and repairing weapons and stuff. So
Definitely not getting that.
Um,
We have so many
Uh,
techies in our group. Why would I? ever
Weapons
do that?
myth is under tech, but I don't think there's a weapons one under intelligence.
All right, let's see these skills, bruh. What kind of crazy shit can I get? Are you gonna limit these to 5 as well?
yep.
All right. Where are
Is
these?
it reflex plus your intelligence?
No.
It's reflex plus intelligence, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here it is. Master skill list. Ooh, I could get intimidate. Yeah, intimidate. Yeah.
So the other thing that is worth pointing out too, as well, Lobo, like you could be a, if you're really interested in intimidate, I would recommend going cop, instead of solo.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm going for though. I want a drug addicted solo, not a drug addicted cop.
I mean, in this instance, a cop, you wouldn't be like a former police officer. You would be like a, like an enforcer for a gang, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the difference between a cop and an enforcer is a cop uses their badge to enforce the law. But as an enforcer, you would use the fact that I'm a part of this gang. You do what I say, or I'm going to bring down hell on you. Like, if you're interested in intimidate, the cop is the role for you.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking because of my body type, and I'm like fairly ugly, it's like, well then, all right, this huge guy is saying shit to me. All right,
I'm pretty sure
scared now.
intimidate actually is like a
It's
social
cool.
skill, and it uses like
Cool.
It uses cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then yeah.
Cool willpower skills. So I have some cool because I'm not stupid.
So what are some of the like Lily? What are your pickup skills? What have you got?
I grabbed human perception, seduction, education, general knowledge, shadow track, athletics, and stealth.
Yeah. So it's worth pointing out too that during character creation, it's 1-for-1 for all skills. So even if it's like going to cost you extra to get stealth, but you really want to be stealthy for whatever reason, character creation is the time to get it. But yeah.
Yeah, I nabbed a couple just to be able to sneak around if I want to.
Mm-hmm. So shadow tracking is like doing the PI style, like following a person.
Yeah, like actually tracking people and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I nabbed one in that. I figure I might be doing that as a fixer if I can't, like... Yeah.
It's also worth pointing out for everyone who's playing, if you have a 0 in a skill, you can't do it. So if you have 0 in driving, you're not getting behind a wheel anytime soon, right? So make sure you understand that because if you say, Dave, I want to jump over this building, I'm like, okay, do you have athletics? And you'd be like, no. And then I'd be like, too fucking bad. This is something that you know that you won't be able to do, right? Like that's just how the system is. So...
Right. Yeah, and then, like I think it's like it's not just like, oh, you're trying to jump over this ledge and like it's more just like, oh no, I don't have the skill to do that. Like if I tried to do that, I would just immediately fall over because I don't know how to jump properly or whatever.
Yep. It's also worth pointing out too that you can get chipware in this game, and every single skill, the way that it works is, let's say you have handgun at 4 and you buy a chip for handgun 3, because you can at a maximum get 3 levels in a skill, any skill you want with a chip. If you have a chip, it overrides everything that you have. So if you have handgun 4 and you put a chip in for handgun 3, your handguns are now 3. They don't add up. They don't add on to it. But if you don't have a skill, like say handgun, you can get up to 3, but it'll be very mechanical. It's like, instead of being like natural, like swinging a gun around, you just kind of just like aimbot, like, boop, like move your hand just moves for you, sort of thing. So,
what's the difference between brawling and melee?
Melee is weapons. Brawling is, just punching and stuff like that. There is actually, here's the thing: skills in this game, you can learn a martial art, and that is a skill that you have. It's so if you want.
Special skill?
What was that?
That's like a special skill then,
right? Kind of. It's like if you want to learn like karate, you have a skill level in karate, for example.
All right.
And a martial art will come with different attacks. Like for example, you could disarm someone, and there are skills in here that are disarming. And there's like wrestling, which is like really good for like grappling people. Hang on, I'll see if I can pull up the sheet here real quick.
Where do I add these extra skills?
So in secondary skills, you click add, and then you can add them down there. So click on you click on the little box, and then you click add, and it'll come up with a thing, and you can write in them. So
there's no ad appearing for me.
In the top right, make sure edit mode is checked.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is anyone interested in martial arts at all?
I'm my character, unless there's a martial art that helps me throw shit.
Probably.
But what would that be?
Isn't judo mostly like throwing people around?
No.
Using their body weight.
Well, I guess that could work.
All right, so for throws, you have judo, chow long fat, aikido, and wrestling.
Oh. I mean, wrestling makes the most sense to me.
So the way that this works is when you attempt to throw a human being, right?
Actually, I'll leave it to a coin flip.
You'll get a +3 on your attacks to do that. So.
All right, does wrestling give me more throwing than judo?
Wrestling and judo are the same. They're also the same difficulty to learn.
Okay, then I guess I'll just flip a coin.
Aikido, though, gives you block, dodge, throw, hold, escape, choke, sweep, and grapple. If you specifically want to be better at grappling, because you do need to grapple someone to throw them, wrestling gives you a +4 in the grapple.
Okay, which one's heads? I'm used to like heads having literal heads on Icelandic coins, but
Just roll a 1d2 and choke.
yeah, fuck it. Judo, nah, okay.
Judo's
There's
1,
a-
wrestling is 2.
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right, so you're learning judo. All right, so here's what
maybe
you
my
get with judo.
uncle.
It's on page, if you want to write this down, it's on page 100 of the book. So you get dodge, throw, hold, escape, sweep, and grapple.
What was the sword art for my character going to be called? Should I just go with sword?
No, that is melee that you get. You don't get a martial art. You get melee.
Kendo isn't in there?
Well, no, his particular thing that he rolled specifically exempt him from getting martial arts.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
But can he? I mean, you know.
Yes, Aikido is in here. Yes.
No, Kendo.
No kendo, but Aikido is the sword fighting.
Interesting.
There's also capoeira, wrestling, savate, taekwondo,
dude, capoeira.
animal kung fu, Aikido, Chow Long Fat, Thai boxing, judo, and karate.
And that's pretty much all my points because I didn't have any intellect. Feels Batman.
Feels bad, man.
There's
You could
one
totally
for-
pull it.
There's one for resist torture and drugs, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there is a skill for resist torture and drugs.
Of course, I got that. I mean, I'm gonna do a lot of drugs, so I need it.
I'm gonna do a lot of drugs. Okay, so, so there's also things like seduction and like as a fixer, I think you might need to get a lot of these sorts of skills, Lily.
Yeah. Yeah. I've started in a decent amount. Like I got seduction. I got human perception. And then my primary skills got me a bunch of stuff like that too.
Yeah, so you got, what was it? Persuasion, which is good. Forgery, which is good. Awareness/notice is basically just like, like location-based stuff. Human perception is like looking at someone's face when they're lying to you, right?
Right. Yeah. So I got started into that at least. So
yeah. Education, general knowledge, like for example, when you ask like what type of power outlet is that or something like that, you can use that.
Right.
then.
Yeah. It said 2 is like equivalent to like having graduated high school. So I got 2 just to have something.
Yeah. Okay. I'll accept that. Let's see what other skills might be useful getting, because after this moment you get like everything's off and you guys are on your own pretty much. Let's see. Empathy. There's social graces and stuff like that. Persuasion and fast talk is what you have. Perform is like singing, dancing, that sort of stuff. Interview is like, grilling someone for information. Like if they're locked in a chair or whatever, you can use interview to do that. Let's see, what else we got?
Yeah, interview would be if I was like a cop or a media or whatever, probably.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Strength feat, Lobo, might be important for you if you want to lift things, and like for example, if you like say someone got crushed by a car, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be athletics; it'd be strength feat in order to lift it.
Strength feat. Okay.
Yeah. Attractiveness, Lily, might be something you want to do. Personal grooming, wardrobe, and style might be things you might want to look into. Like for example, if you go to a nightclub and I say, okay, let's see what you're wearing, and we roll a wardrobe and style. People will like if you fail that, people will notice that you look like shit. It is going to be like fashion and all that sort of stuff is a big part of this game. How you look and how you're perceived are important.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I guess I'll just get her.
Personal grooming is like, oh man, you smell like shit. God damn. Like, like homeless people don't generally care about that sort of stuff. But here's the thing, I'll bring it up. Like, if you guys don't have personal grooming or wardrobe and style, you're going to be the murder hobo, right? You're going to be the homeless guy that everyone wants to stay away from.
I mean, I'm like,
I'll get rid of shit.
kind of a
I'm
drug
sure
addict.
I can. Well, I guess I can take.
Have you guys played Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines?
yeah.
Yep.
Zero grooming and zero personal and style would be like a vampire, like what's it that
Nosferatu?
not Nosferatu, but the lady from the Anarchs, the redhead.
Oh, you mean the bitch?
Yeah, the bitch. Yeah, that would be like completely being oblivious or not caring to what personal standards for fashion and grooming would be. So imagine her if she smelled.
Goddamn communist.
Right, and that's basically what like zero personal grooming and zero wardrobe and style would be. So, I forget her name though, but yeah, the redhead lady.
The beret.
Yeah, then the beret. Yes, that's the one. So things that might be interesting to.
Did I? Huh.
Also, like things like, for example, knowledges and stuff like that can be very easily taught over chipware.
Yeah, I have to keep remembering that we can do chips.
Yeah.
So like
for example, you can get a chipware that's just like, what's the latest fashion trends, right?
yeah.
And that'll be like a level 3 in wardrobe and style sort of thing. So, you know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Why do some like martial arts give like way more than others? Like Aikido gives you a huge. amount
It's harder to learn.
It's very hard to learn. So if you look next to Aikido, how it has the thing. So basically, in order for you to learn in the actual game, hang on, where is it?
A judo is only 1 because it doesn't give me any bonuses to like strike, kick, block.
Yeah, it's just basically throwing. But wrestling, on the other hand, is like, yeah. So the way that it works in game is you'll be getting IP points, and the way that you get IP points is by doing cool things, hitting crits, all that sort of stuff. The first level of skill is always 10 IP. So if you want to get 1 level in a skill, it costs you 10 IP. If you want to get higher than that, you multiply the current skill level that you want to get by 10. So to get to level 2, it's 20. To get to level 3, it's 30. However, if it's a martial art, like, judo's level is 3 difficulty, to get to level 1, it costs you 30 IP. To get to level 2, it costs you 60 IP. Right? Mm-hmm. So that's why I say during character creation, take a look at the difficulty of the skills. And if you want to be good at stealth, it's highly recommended that you put a lot of points into stealth during character creation where it's cheap. So,
All right.
Oh, sorry, no. To go from level 1 to 2 is 10. So the first level is 10. You multiply your current level by
Yeah, it's 10 times your current. So yeah.
10 times your current, not the one you're going into. So level 2 would be an extra 10. So yeah. And level 3 is going to be 20. Yeah. So. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. I think I'm done.
I've finished.
Mm-hmm. So there's a couple ways to get IP in this. Is basically if you did something incredible with a skill, for example, I would give you like almost 10 IP for that. Things like that, basically. Study and practice is another way. For every day of book learning your character does, you get 1 IP in that skill. You can find a teacher, and you can get experience and all that sort of stuff. So you get about 6 IP points per game session, and anything extra as well. And the best thing about this is you can keep all these IPs, and during a game, let's say you're trying to jump a building, you don't have athletics, I'll be like, well, you can buy it right now, for 10 IP. If you have 10 IP, you can buy level 1 in athletics pretty easily, and then you can make that jump. That's the give and take there. Okay, cool. So let's take a look what else is next. What are we going to do? All right, so let's do starting money. All right, what is everyone's level right now in their primary skill? So we have
5.
Everyone is 5?
Pretty important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's start with Lily. So you're a fixer. Street deal level 5. You have. Roll me a. Hang on. Let me just see here. Okay, give me a 1d6.
Just a d6?
Just a d6. Okay. So you have a total of. Hang on. Okay. So you have.
Jax.
You have a total of 2,250 credits starting off.
Okay.
All right, who's next? Atomic. Let's see here. Your current level is Jury Rig 5. So, okay. Roll me 1d6, please. Okay. You have 1,000 credits. Lobo, you have 5 in combat sense. Roll me 1d6. Okay, you have 4,000 credits. And Watchman.
I have a 5 in jury rig.
Yeah, so roll me a 1d6. A 4. Okay. Okay. Sorry.
I like spend all my money on drugs.
Okay, you have $1,769.
69.
Yep. So with this, you can buy the following stuff. It's also worth pointing out that I am willing to give. I am willing to give people some stuff. Who's interested in taking cyberware?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to get some.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. I'm willing to offer anyone who wants cyberware 10,000 Eurobucks, which is what the currency is called. However, there's a catch.
Steps, isn't it?
And I will need you to roll a 1d7. And I won't tell you what that catch is. If you want that, though. Now, here's the thing: you can't spend like 4,000 of that 10,000 and keep the rest. It's you get 10,000 to spend on cyberware, and you don't keep the remainder.
Just for cyberware?
Just for cyberware, yeah.
Okay.
Can we get an idea of what the catch might be?
Absolutely not. So basically, I'll tell you this, right? A company or gang or something is paying to install these things inside of you.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So you're getting in bed with someone for the chance of getting cyberware, but what that means is completely up to the dice roll.
God, that's funny.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. That makes more sense then.
I probably wouldn't
cool.
even remember it. I was just super high, and then I woke up with a metal arm.
If that's what you want to do, absolutely. Keep in mind that your empathy score needs to is going to also be dictated by dice rolls. So here's the thing. I'm locking in right now your attribute scores. So if you want more empathy, you have to do it now because there is no way to change your attribute scores after this point.
Yep. I'm good with mine.
Keep in mind, like, for example, cutting off an arm, putting a cybernetic one on will give you, like, you roll a 2d6, and for every 10 points for every 10 points, you lose 1 empathy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So keep that in mind. And when you get to empathy 2, your character is basically dysfunctional.
But if you get grafted muscle, can you actually increase your body to 12?
Yes. You will be superhuman if you do that. To give you an idea, you'll be every time you get hit, you roll on the stun table, which maxes out at 10. And if you have a 12, well. So keep that in mind. But yeah. So yeah, make sure you have your starting money needs to be spent on armor, weapons, and gear. Right? The cybernetics, you can take this 10,000, but you'll be rolling a 1d7. So
yeah.
You know, an implanted exoskeleton is exactly 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, you won't be able to die from this. In the normal game, if you wanted to get your skeleton changed to an exoskeleton, that's a very severe surgery, and you will probably die on the table.
Oh my.
But people do it, people do it, so.
Might just buff my empathy real quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're just like, oh, I'll just put a 2 in empathy. It's like, fuck that. 1 through 3 is like, you hate everyone. So,
I mean, I got that as a roll anyway, so.
So let me give you an idea. At the end of all this...
I'll roll a 1d7.
You gonna roll a 1d7?
Oh yeah, man. I'm getting that Omega frame.
Okay,
What does that do again? Strength 16? What does that do again?
something like that. I mean, that's that's your character, man. You can do whatever you like. So, real quickly, let me just well, I guess we'll do yours first since you're doing this. Where did I find this thing? Hang on. I didn't actually write it down where this stuff is. So let me try and find it again.
It's 3d6 lost humanity.
Jesus.
I mean, you could roll 3, so...
Yeah, it's possible to roll 3, so...
Could roll a fucking 18 total.
Yeah, you could also get an 18.
And there's no rerolls. That's like basically, imagine this. You only know your humanity removal after the surgery's done. Right? So there's no like going back on that shit.
So I can almost lose 2 empathy and just be like borderline 3 empathy.
Pretty much, yeah. And borderline 3 empathy will make you almost psychotic. So I'm locking in the empathy right now. If you guys want to change it, now's the time.
I can't find skin weave.
That's under BioWare, I believe.
Yep. I'm randomly looking at it right now.
Okay.
Also, fashion wear is really cool, by the way. And yeah. And now, if anyone's interested in chipware, you need to actually have a neuro implant.
Yeah.
So take a look at the so basically there's categories at the very top. There's a baseline thing that you need to have installed in order to be able to install the cool stuff. So let me just. I'm trying to find this thing where I saw it. So all right. So you want linear frame? You want the alpha? Is that what you're doing?
Oh no, the Omega.
On the Omega?
It's 10K, man. Exactly.
Okay. Let's take a look. So linear frames are the 2020 version of an exoskeleton. So basically, you'll have stuff hanging off your, like it's outside of your body almost, right? So think of the power armor from Alien. That's essentially what this looks like on you.
Was it Elysium with what's his name?
Yeah, something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Look more like
An exoskeleton is basically a metal framework with synthetic muscles for movement. You sit in the exoskeleton and steer it while it does the work. Early exoskeletons were rarely used for anything important, clumsy, and hard to control. Hapless operators often tossed half-ton cargo modules through walls and ripped off cargo door hinges and all that sort of stuff. The linear frame resembles a suit of contoured metal body armor. The frame is grafted onto the body while its subsystems are directly neuralinked to your muscles and bones. Linear frames are designed to take over a percentage of the load while leaving you enough work to allow you to gauge how much you're lifting and maintain the control of the weight. For example, if you exert enough force to lift 10 pounds, the linear frame provides no more power than would be required to move its own bulk. If you lift 100 pounds, the linear frame splits the difference, lifting 20% of the mass so you can lift 80 pounds. If you lift 500 pounds, the linear frame takes 80%, 400 pounds.
Why is it in pounds?
I don't know. That's welcome to Cyberpunk. Leaving you to lift 100 pounds. At the end of the scale, almost 1,800 pounds for the Omega frame lifts 90% of its weight, where you only have to lift. So for every 1,000, you're lifting 10%. So for every 1,000 pounds that you lift, you're lifting 100. No, 10. Yeah.
Wait, 10% for 100 pounds.
Yeah, 100. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I can lift 4,000 pounds.
Yes.
No, 8,000 pounds, right? 400 kilos, it becomes 800 pounds. And
But we'll just work with, it's 10%. So whatever 10% of, So, okay, linear frames come in 3 strengths. When using a linear frame, you will use its body value instead of your normal body type value for lifting anything, okay? So, bending, carrying, or braking tasks. Remember, for their advanced construction, the implantation linear frames are still quite heavy, so you will add an extra 100 kilos to your weight.
That's fine.
You can't swim in them, and they have a -1 penalty to your reflex. But if you want to toss a car out of the way, they're just a ticket. All linear frames lift 50 times their strength value. For example, the Alpha frame can lift 600 kilos. Wow, shit. I don't know. Can you please put 16 in your body type modifier right now? So I can see what that works out to be.
Yeah, sure. One.
So you can lift, fucking hell. That's a stupid amount. All right. So 50. Okay, hold on. If my math is correct. No, that's not right. That can't be right.
No, it's 1,000 kilos, right?
Yeah.
It can lift 400. It can lift 600. That's 1,000 kilos. So two tons, 2 pound tons. Plus, actually.
So you'll be you add on an additional 320 kilos to your maximum lift. So in total, you'll be lifting. What is it? Your current frame will allow you to lift 960 kilos. That's outside of your body type. So make sure you read that somewhere.
Wait, outside of my body type.
Yeah, so you don't. It doesn't add on. You don't get to lift additionally 960 kilos. So this frame is doing the heavy work for you. So right now you're essentially getting. Let's see. You're getting an additional 560 kilos of lift from this frame. In total. Yeah.
I can lift basically 2 tons.
Okay.
I could literally toss a person like a fly.
Okay.
This is
Cool. I know what the catch is. So this is what you're taking?
Wait, is there a catch to having it implemented? Not just like the roll?
No,
Yeah,
this is the
1d7.
roll. This is the 1d7. Yeah.
Okay. So become basically as close as I can get to the Incredible Hulk.
Yep. Your choice.
I mean, and I could even get a muscle graft and have 2+ to my body, so it'd be 12 on top of this. Huh. I mean,
Don't think about it too much. We only got half an hour left to build these characters, so.
okay. Fuck it. Sure.
Yep. Roll a 1d7 for me.
I'm doing that 1d7 right now. Slash.
Interesting.
No. Okay. All right.
Okay, that's interesting. Roll for me 1d3.
Nope. Whoops.
Okay. So, where you got this from was another gang that you used to work for when you were selling drugs and stuff like that. Probably the one where,
Wait, I mean, there's that one where I took like an opportunity,
yeah.
and then they hate me now, but they ignore me for some reason.
Yep, we can do that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So that's where
they
you got.
ignore me because I'm drunk.
No, that's where you got the. So basically, they.
Alright.
You agreed to join this gang. You got the enhancements. You worked for them for a year, and then you left. And they, well, you're too expensive, too big to hunt down. So yeah. The skin weave was page. What was it? So on top of this, it's also worth pointing out that you need you also need to get armor and stuff. So let's talk about that real quick. Lily looks like she's doing things, so why don't we start with her? What have you got for us? I think you muted, by the way.
Sorry about that. I was poking into the chips some, and so we're limited to the list that's on this chip page. Like, there's any
For character
skill that's
creation,
not
there's a lot more. Any skill that you want, you can have as a chip up to level 3.
Got it. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, yeah.
So, are you getting the chip? Is that what is happening? Are you? Taking...
I was gonna buy the neural interface and then like the chip thing that lets you put in that can hold 10 chips or whatever. And so I guess I'll just after character creation, I'll try to get some more. However that will work. But okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna get the neural interface and the chip slot thingy.
So Lobo, you're getting the Omega frame. That's what you're getting.
Yep.
Okay, roll 3d6 for me.
Oh dear. No, that's 8. Don't want to roll 3d8.
Right,
okay, I
so
didn't even lose one empathy.
You didn't even lose one empathy. So, in your humanity score, or hang on, let me just check. Where can we put this?
I mean, all the cyberware is in the first one, right?
Is it?
It's got to be there.
There is a cyber gear thing under equipment.
Oh, there is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it also has a place for humanity lost when you put it in.
Oh, cool.
Where's that? Which tab is that?
It's under the items tab. So the first pip and then equipment.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Oh, I
equipment
see.
and-
Yeah, I get
the
you.
weapons for cyber. Yeah.
So make sure,
Cool.
yeah, so you lose 7 humanity for that. So just put that in. So, all right, Lily, if you're getting the...
So the neuralware is 1d6.
Yep.
And then the chip socket is 1d6 divided by 2. So I'll do the... So then this is for just the neuralware itself.
Mm-hmm.
5. Shit.
That's pretty high, yeah.
Yeah. D6. And divide this by 2. Cool.
Okay,
Yeah, so then I got...
It's still 1.
5.5.
Yeah. 5.5. And the amount of chips you can have is limited by your intelligence score.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So at most you can have... Yeah, so at most you can have 10. At the minimum you can have 2. So now these things are hot swappable, so you can just rip them out and put something new in, right?
Yeah. I was reading a little bit, like the ones for like knowledge stuff are just out and in, but like stuff that affects your body, you have to like your body has to get used to it.
Yeah,
something like that.
So like during combat, you can't just. It takes a couple of turns, but like they are essentially like plug and play.
I can't like be doing kung fu, swap it out for like aikido, and then just immediately switch over to that. Like it's like your muscles have to get used to it and everything, which that makes sense.
Yep. So are you taking the offer for 10,000?
No, I'm just gonna do this out of my normal ones.
Cool, good choice.
Yeah, that once I learned what it was, that was very worrying. Yeah. Price is 1,000. Boop, boop. Okay.
I'm so okay with this.
Chip socket.
Well, wait, so that means as I was with my Coke friend and like we go to the fight, they just see me like throw a car onto the other gang and they're just like, shit, bring this guy in.
So the problem that you might find is that Lobo, you probably won't be allowed into many places.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm probably just gonna be standing outside.
I mean,
like
if you Google Elysium, I mean, it's exactly what I imagine. Just like Matt Damon in that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, it's literally that thing. Yes.
Because it's literally just an external frame with bolts going through it into his bones and shit.
The other thing they might want to look at is like there was a game that came out. Surge, yes, very much like Surge. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoops. I look it up. It's a bunch of drinks. There we go. Surge game, like the heavy loader.
Yep. Basically, yeah.
Or maybe the military dudes.
So let's talk about armor real quick. So in the actual game, armor, you can get there's a cover here, so you can have 3 layers of armor. One is subdermal, right? So if you get skin weave, that counts as 1 layer of armor. Okay, it doesn't have any. And then there's a thing called EV value. EV is so the more armor you have, right? The heavier the armor, the more it takes away from things like reflex. So if you have, for example, a heavy armor jacket, it has an EV value of 2. That means you take away 2 from your reflex score because it's harder to move in.
Oh, yeah.
Lost the reflex because of the frame.
Yeah, it was -1 for the frame. Yeah. Okay. So, and reflex is literally everything to do with fighting, shooting, that sort of stuff. So.
Yeah, but I can lift the car.
What is stopping value?
So stopping value. So what's going to happen? The difficulty to shoot someone is the distance. So if you're using a pistol, the maximum distance a pistol can fire is 50 meters. If you try to shoot over that, the difficulty gets significantly harder, right? When a successful hit has happened, you roll damage for the bullet type. The higher the caliber of the bullet, the more damage it does. At some point, you'll be rolling like 3d6 or 2d8 or something like that for the damage, right? Stopping value is the total of that damage from that bullet removed. So if you roll a 2d8 and you get 16, you'll be doing 16 points of damage. It needs to go through the SP values of every piece of armor that you have. So if you're wearing 3 layers of armor, it goes through the total value for the arm, which let's say in this case will be 20, right? And it'll be enough to stop the bullet. But there's also things called armor degradation in this game. So every time you take a bullet, every time you get shot in a particular spot, that armor goes down by 1.
Okay.
So if you get shot a lot in the chest and you're wearing armor, the armor gets shot to shit, basically, and you have to have it repaired. So, that's how it works.
Yeah. Cool.
Also, cover gives SP as well. So if you're hiding behind a concrete block, the concrete block will have armor value tied to it, as well as how much it can protect you from.
Okay, cool.
And BTM also removes damage as well. So,
got it.
So you can layer soft armor twice. You can layer 1 heavy armor, and you can have a subdermal armor. So you can go heavy, soft, soft, and then subdermal under those.
Is subdermal a cyberware thing?
Yes, like skin weave is subdermal armor.
Got it. Okay.
Body plates, like under the skin body plates, like you can actually get like a skull plate, which is like a piece of metal underneath your skin on your skull. So the other thing that's worth pointing out too, if you take more than 8 damage to a limb from a single point of damage, that limb will get destroyed. In the case of the head, you double that value. So you only need 4 points of damage to the head to die. Keep that in mind. Don't get shot in the face.
So, I found Skin Weave, but I don't see the price. I'm in the core 2nd edition book.
It's under Bioware. I think it's 2,000.
There's a big list that has all the prices and all the humanity stuff.
Yep.
76. Yeah.
76? Okay, I was on 88.
Yeah, the later stuff like gives a bigger description, and then the big cyberware list shows the price and the humanity loss.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Skin Weave.
Yeah, Skin Weave is really, really good. I recommend it. So basically, it's just like nanotech underneath your skin. It takes 2 weeks to implement, but it's as simple as installing as putting a syringe into your arm.
It's pretty expensive.
Yes, it is. So Skin Weave is 2,000 credits, and it's 2d6 worth of humanity loss, but it gives a stopping power of 12. So the way that it works in the game is it can get shot to shit just like any other armor, and it will just naturally repair itself after some time. So
yeah, I'm gonna be taking that 10k.
Okay, roll me a 1d3.
All right, that's only for bio stuff. Well, cyberware.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Can't buy a huge
Okay. Let's take a look at your character again, because I need to know how this fits in with everything.
Oh, why'd you roll a 1d3? So 1d7, right?
Interesting. So, in the 2 years when nothing happened,
Something happened.
yes, you were doing military work.
Oh. Okay.
Whatever that might be, and the military paid for your cybernetics. Now roll a 1d7 for me, please.
Oh my.
So a 3. Okay, fun. Okay.
Why do I get the feeling this is gonna bite me?
I know what's happening.
Yeah.
All right. So Skin Weave is 2,000.
That's cool.
So let's talk about, what was that page? 74?
76.
76. Okay. So for Skin Weave, we need you to
2d6
I'm on
humanity.
2d6 for me,
I'm on
please.
7. Okay.
Okay. So you lose 1 point of empathy for having this.
All right.
So when you add it, just make sure you put 10 in there for the humanity. So you've got exactly like 20 points left before your character becomes like inhuman, essentially, right? So keep that in mind.
But did you only put like 4?
I have 6.
No, 3 through 1 is like borderline cyberpsychotic. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But the military paying their troops to have skinweave sounds pretty on point.
Yeah.
That's like sign up, like line up for your skinweave injection. You know, like
Yeah.
you know, like that's basically what that looks like. So
I mean, when you join the military, they give you all your shots and stuff. So it's like that's just there's another one in there. It's right in the ass cheek.
yeah, right in the ass cheek. Okay. Did you want to get anything else?
Probably should.
I'm thinking of getting. No, that's 3d6. I don't trust my rolls right now.
I don't trust my roll. Welcome to Cyberpunk.
You don't trust your rolls. Concern.
Yeah.
Atomic, I'm just going to assume all your rolls might kill us.
I'll go with light armor.
I think I'm going to get rippers as well.
Rippers. Okay. So, interesting. I think for rippers are like hand. Let me just double check what that actually is.
Well, I have melee, so
Yeah.
I figured
Yeah. That I believe is. Let me just double check there.
I think I may only be getting 2 cybernetics.
Okay, so you will need to cut off your fingers. The top 2 joints of each finger are replaced with plastic and a metal sheath in which 3-inch carbo glass claws are housed. The rippers can be extended by clawing at the hand in a cat-like fashion. Most people wear false fingernails over their rippers, making them much harder to spot. Rippers are considered a form of black market cybertech, and as such is not accessible on the average on-the-mall clinic. Rippers cut in all directions and are considered edge weapons for AP purposes. So that is melee, and just write down that they do 1d6 plus 3 per hand in damage. So they have armor piercing and they do a fair amount of damage. What's that?
Random question.
Yeah.
If we're not a net runner, is it useful at all to get a computer?
So netrunners have the ability, this thing called interface, which allows them to basically pull up like an extra menu to access things and do things quicker. Yeah. You can do everything a netrunner can do, but like about 30 times slower.
Okay.
Oh.
Are we gonna have Saturday night or Friday night?
Fights? It's Friday night, not Saturday. So.
All right, just checking.
Saturday night's all right for fighting.
It's a different style of gameplay. So let's see, Ripper hand. Okay.
I rolled the 3d6.
Okay, so
12. That's harsh.
So in first things first, you need to install. Okay, so I think you need to. Okay, cyber weapons built into cyber limbs. So no, that's not what you need. What do you need? What are you looking for? It's rippers, right?
Yep.
Okay, rippers, cyber weapons implanted into body weapons. Okay. Body weapons.
Hey, can a steel helmet have my own flavoring?
Sure.
Oh yeah, bro.
Okay, rippers. All right, so you rolled 3d6. You got 12. God damn, dude, you are rolling like garbage on this. That
yeah,
sucks.
I don't think I should have gotten cyberware.
Yeah. What are you down to now for empathy? I would recommend not taking any more cyberware.
Yeah.
For 400 credits, man, you took a huge dump. Like imagine, right? You come out of surgery, right? It was a fairly cheap surgery for the military, and you look at your fingers, right? And you just like instantly you get body shock. That's what that is. It's just like, and you just like, like instant, customer regret, right? That's what that looks like. You are now stuck with these things. These are your fingers now. So good luck.
If there's one thing I don't do to my lover, it's anything with my fingers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn. Okay. So, anyone else want to purchase cyberware?
Oh man.
You got 6 empathy, Atomic. You got
Yeah.
1,000. You can get a lot for $1,000. You don't like. There's a lot you can get. I would highly recommend. Like, I would always recommend a NeuroWare processor.
Chipware socket.
Yeah, the chipware socket, basic processor. And I mean, you don't. So it's going to cost you 1,000 credits right now, off the bat. Right, you won't have any money for anything else. So you're not going to have any gear when you start, or you can take the 10,000.
I know how this game works, so it's like I really need to get that skin weave.
Yep. So it looks like you're up for 1,000. Up for 10,000 then.
Well, skin.
Fuck it.
All right, 1d3.
I can afford it.
Let's fucking.
All right, you also served time in the military at some point. Let's take a look at your notes section here. Let's fit this in. When you're 18, you had nothing, so you can do some military time there. Cool. Or do you want to piss off Arasaka because of this?
I mean, I gotta have a well, because the reason I have that they're pissed off was you're 24.
No, I mean, but you got them.
No. Like that's like extra. Like you pissed off them
that was-
extra.
That was extra,
Pissed them off additionally.
This could be the initial reason why they hate you.
Yeah, this could be the initial reason why they hate you. Why you got on their shit list.
150.
Your choice. Because Arasaka are technically military, so.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
I'll piss.
So at the
They're already
age of 21, right after you get out of the gang.
All right.
All right. So roll me 1d7.
Fuck you. God damn it. Fuck you, game.
That doesn't mean anything. It's not like
Oh,
high.
I know. I feel the disturbance in the force.
See, yeah, there, yeah.
Oh boy. Ooh.
Okay, cool. I love it.
Oh, what do you mean? Okay, cool.
I love it, man. I love it. And it kind
When
of
the GM makes happy noises, it's not good for anyone
no,
involved.
it's just funny. Don't worry about it. It's
Man, you're dead.
it's
You're
good.
so
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Okay, cool. This is why I love Cyberpunk. Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna tell who took the money. Blind, are you taking? You took money as well. Yep.
I took the 10K.
Okay. All right.
Let's see how badly I screwed up.
All right. So here's. Yeah. Let's do it. So 1d10. 1d3. Sorry. For me.
All right.
Didn't we already roll for you, or didn't?
Yeah, I thought you both did military.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was military.
Yeah. Okay. So I can tell Lobo his, and I can tell Atomic his. Based because of, but I can't tell you what yours is. So. Oh shit! Greyhawk raid.
Oh yeah, boy.
Butts out. Damn.
Nice, man.
Welcome, welcome the Grey Hawkers. We're doing character creation for Cyberpunk 2020. Get your butts on, because we're about to explain why they took their money and what they did. Here's the thing. Lobo, your friend, Billy White Powder, is hostage by addiction.
Addiction?
Yes. They have him synthetically addicted to drugs, and he basically is their plaything, this extra gang. So that's what they have over you, basically, and to keep you in line. Because they know they can't hurt you, so they can hurt the people that you care about.
Oh, okay.
As for you, Atomic, you have this thing called Company Safeguard built into your cyberware. Which means that you cannot willingly harm any member of Arasakra. Doing so will cause you excruciating pain, and you've done continuing to cause even more pain, culminating in the full heart stoppage and a screaming death. So the reason why you work this out is because you've had multiple interactions with Arasakra, and that's the reason why I'm telling you right now, because of that. If you hadn't had that in your backstory, you would have no idea about this. So that's what's happening right now.
And then there's me, not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, you have no idea.
As far as I know, there was no, bad side.
Yeah.
That you know of.
I mean, some of them actually might be positive as well, but I'm not telling people these things. So, okay, so let's take a look at armor. Who's bought armor?
Me.
I was about to.
All
I was
right,
gonna get.
Yep. What's up? What are you getting?
All right,
I'm gonna get.
Let's go with Lily
sorry.
first.
Lobo?
Let's go Lily. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna get a light armor jacket, and then flak pants.
Okay, light armor jacket is. Okay, what is that under?
Page 67 kind of shows the general list.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out whether that's heavy or light.
It's light armor jacket.
Yeah.
Flak pants are.
I think the tick is like the heavy armor stuff. So yeah. Oh no, edge weapons treated as SP is half. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. So what are you getting? The light armor, and what was the other one?
Flak pants.
Flak pants. Okay.
Then I have leg armor.
Okay, so that's heavy. So for chest and arms, your SP value is 14, and your leg is 20. Your legs are 20. You can wear, say, a Kevlar T-shirt as well. Which will put your torso and arms an extra 10, so that'll be 24 on each one.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can layer them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do that then. Totally.
So flak pants will put you at 1 EV, so your max reflex score is -1 now.
Got it.
Yep.
Does that go anywhere? Or?
No, you just take it away from... actually, it might. It'd be weird that they wouldn't...
Yeah.
Is there an armor page? Yeah, let's take a look here. It doesn't look like it. So just remove it from your... just put it in the description of your armor, what the EV value is. So if you ever lose it or whatever, we can modify your reflex based on that. So.
Got it.
Okay, and... with that in mind, so the chest and the armor, the chest and the shirt and the leather jacket that you're wearing, or leather armor jacket, the EV value difference is a 4. So let me just take a look at that real quick. Welcome to the world of the future where everything is awful. And I need to. There's a table that I'm looking for, which gives you like extra protection because you layered your armor. I think that's under combat, actually. Let's take a look here.
Is 150.
Okay, so the hard armors and soft armors. Okay, yeah, you're good. You're good still. Okay, here's the table. All right, so difference in SP. So you get an extra 5 armor on your chest and arms.
Cool.
So that'll put you at what, 29 for both of them?
Sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Lobo, what is your armor?
All right. I just wanted to ask how does stacking of armor work? Just one, like, can
you can do 1 heavy and 1 soft, or you can do 2 soft, and then there's bio armor under all that.
All right, but what about like head armor and stuff?
Yeah, you can have multiple layers of head armor.
Oh, okay. And so since one's just a headpiece, I can also stack stuff on my body too, right?
Yes.
So 2 soft armor on my body.
So
2.
on every single point, so your chest, your head, your arms, your legs, whatever, you can stack armor 3 times. One of them is subdermal, and 2 of them are heavy and light. You can't stack 2 heavy together, but you can stack 2 light together.
Okay, all right. So I wondered where's like this thick, heavy biker leather.
Okay, so you're looking. So leather armor, heavy leather is still soft armor.
Yeah, I know. And then with a light armor jacket over it, kind of like the one from the Cyberpunk trailer.
So you want a Kevlar t-shirt and you want heavy armor, yeah? Heavy leather?
Yeah, heavy leather and light armor jacket.
Okay, so Kevlar is 10 SP for arms, torso. Yep, got it.
Oh, what? Light armor jacket's Kevlar?
Kevlar t-shirt.
Okay.
Is torso. Actually, Lily, take 10 away from your arms. Take
my arms?
Take 15 away from your arms.
Okay.
Because the Kevlar t-shirt is just torso.
Oh, got it. Okay, got it. Sure thing.
And what did you want? You wanted heavy leather?
Yeah, heavy leather. Heavy leather and a light armor jacket.
So, torso, arms, and legs add 4.
Yeah, I did that.
Mm-hmm. So the difference here is 6. So add 5 to the torso.
Okay.
You doing anything for the legs and helmet?
I'm gonna have a steel nylon helmet.
Okay.
Which is, that looks like a skull, and where the mouth is, there's like this hole that looks kind of like one of those gas mask holes, but it's for bombs.
Okay, so put 20 on that, on your head.
Yep. Since you said I could stack that, can I also have a steel helmet?
I mean, then where are you reading the steel helmet?
Just body armor. Page 67.
So your helmet is SP. Okay, 7. So 14 and 20. Yeah. Oh, 14 steel and 20 is nylon.
Or would you count it as both are heavy?
Let me take a look. So I think everything is sort of in different spots in this thing, so it's kind of annoying to like try and get to. Okay, so let's see. What is it? Steel helmet. Yeah. So nylon helmet is. Yeah. So ballistic nylon helmet and steel helmet are hard armor, so you can have 1.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll go with a nylon helmet.
Which is 20.
Like
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
I think that's pretty much it. Just
okay.
Like
cool.
This really biker-looking guy with a skull helmet and a huge frame.
Yep.
Since I have the skin weave, do I just add 12 to all parts of my body?
Correct. including the head. Now, did you want to get any other armor though? Because you can have 2 more layers.
Me?
Not at
No,
the
blind.
moment.
Okay. And Atomic, what are you looking at for armor?
I think I'm gonna go with a flak flak vest, torso, and let's see, Kevlar shirt. So that's light and
Heavy, yep. So flak is hard and Kevlar is light. What else?
yeah. Then really should do some for my legs. I'll do flak pants as well.
Okay, that's heavy.
Yeah.
What about helmet? Any helmet?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a steel helmet, so it's 14 a head.
Okay. So you've got a mixture of... So add an X... So... God, I really hate how this page is lined out like this, but anyway. So you've got... for Kevlar shirt, you got torso of 10. For the flak vest, you got torso, which puts you up to 30. For the 10 difference there is going to put you at extra 3 armor in the torso. Let's see here. What was the other one you wanted? Flak pants?
Yeah, vest, pants, Kevlar shirt, and steel helmet.
Okay, so you got 20 in the legs and you got 14 in the head and you've got nothing on your arms.
Okay. And then I've got skin weave as well, so I'll have 12 in there.
Yeah, so 12 on everything on top of that. Yep. You don't count the skin weave for extra armor though. So, So, Lily, you don't have any helmet protection, head protection? Did you want to get like a skull cap or something like that from Cybernetics or something like that?
I wasn't going to.
You didn't take the 10,000, right? Okay, yeah, okay.
Right.
So did you want like a helmet or something? You don't have to wear it all the time. You can just sort of plonk it on when you're going into combat and stuff. Otherwise, you get shot in the brain, you'll die. So, your choice.
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
I mean, I can actually risk skin weave and afford it.
Nylon's expensive. Yeah, I'll just get a regular steel helmet for
14. For 14, yeah. So you just add 14 to your head, and we'll just keep it there. We'll just assume that you put it on when you do your thing.
Sure.
Okay, and I think that's everyone's armor, right? Unless Blind, you had some stuff you wanted to get.
No.
No. Okay, you're just gonna go with the skin weave, and that's it.
For now. Maybe later on I'll get something else, but seems fine to me for now.
Okay.
Hey, can I risk more humanity on the skin weave?
You can do whatever you like.
Hell yeah. 2d6 incoming.
This is $2,000. Do you have 2,000 Eurobucks?
Remember, I high rolled, so I got 4k.
Yeah, but you also have to take off. Okay, yeah. So 9.
Yeah, which is 300. So. Okay, all right. That's a bit higher roll than last time.
Oh wait, sorry, 10. Yeah, you got 10. So you're at 17. That's good.
So it's just 12 be everywhere, or?
Yeah, 12 on every single place.
Excellent. I'll just pretend they all also installed this, even though it's coming out of my own pockets.
No, it'd be different actually. Like you can buy a skin weave from like a corner shop, no problem.
Yeah, no, but like getting it installed takes like a professional or whatever, I guess.
No, it's a syringe. You just stab it into yourself.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's nano machines. Basically, they enter your bloodstream and create a layer of armor, subdermal armor all over your body. It takes 2 weeks to form solidly.
I'm just picturing he accidentally bought it, thinking it was some strong drug.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get so high, and then I'm like, why am I so hard all of a sudden?
All right, so make sure you take away the value of your purchases, Lobo. So
Yeah, I
we have-
did.
And now we need guns. So who wants a gun?
that's 700
I've
cash.
mostly filled out a gun right now. The only thing I don't have is ACC.
It'll have it in the chute. What's your gun?
It's the Colt AMT Model 2000.
The weapon accuracy is 0.
Okay.
Now, concealment is important, so you need a jacket to conceal it.
Okay.
Um,
Is that something I especially have to buy, or could I just say I have one?
You can just have a jacket. Won't add anything armor-wise, but yeah. Just so you know.
Okay.
So it's like clothing and stuff is just kind of a thing?
Yeah, clothing is just whatever. But like armor, for example, flak pants and stuff like that will go underneath your clothing. If like you're going out night clubbing, for example, and you don't want to wear your armor because of flak and stuff, then you won't have it on, which is,
Sure. Okay, cool. Sounds good, yeah.
Okay, Lobo, gun?
Gun.
Sword, weapon, whatever.
I mean...
You have like $700 left, so...
Has anybody else not done it yet? Just kind of look at him a bit.
Okay, Lily, Atomic?
Yeah, I'm getting a light pistol.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Federated Arms X22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna get a medium one, but I'm running low on money, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just got a light pistol. It's the better one of them, so it's like it's standard reliability, 0 accuracy. I made sure to pick up some ammo.
It's good.
Okay.
And I have 200.
That'll look good in the stats and stuff.
Yeah, I was just Federated Arms. It's 9mm. It's 2d6, not 1d6 though. So
it's a 6mm.
Oh right, oh shit. Okay, that's tiny. You got a little BB gun.
Yeah, it's a small. Well, yeah, the next step up is another 100 cred, and I don't have it.
Oh well, I mean, here's the thing: you kill someone on the street, you take their gun, it's good to go.
Right? Yeah. See, I'll move up eventually.
Yeah.
I like to think he's going in about like a 25 ACP little like pimp gun. My grandmother carried a 25 in her purse. Like,
so here's the thing: the Federated Arms X22, the concealment is pocket. Right, so
yeah, so I can just have it in my pocket whenever I want it.
Yeah, like it's good. It's good for that stuff. Yeah. So the way that so in the game, in within 3.2 seconds, you can do as many actions as you want, right? But every subsequent action will take -3 away from the roll. So eventually, it gets to the point where you're not even doing things. Akimbo, if you want to shoot, is -3 to both guns. Like, plus whatever subsequent roll you're on, and the rate of fire, like how many times you can shoot a gun in a round, is limited by half your reflex score, and limited to the actual rate of fire of the weapon itself. So if the gun has a rate of fire of 20 bullets per round, which is in 3.2 seconds, so 20 bullets at a minimum for that, you can shoot 20 bullets within 3.2 seconds. But also your reflex. So there's 3 rates of fire. There's single shot, 3-round burst if your weapon has it, and auto fire. And auto fire is literally like, what if I stand in front of this dude and shoot him with 30 bullets? In Cyberpunk, that means, okay, how many of those bullets hit? Okay, 20 of them hit. Okay, so then we have to roll for each individual bullet that hits you. We have to roll the damage per caliber of bullet. It gets a little messy, but like at a certain point, they're just dead. Right, like at a certain point, it's just like, okay, after 2 bullets, they're just dead. So like we don't have to. It's just cool to look at it like that. So
sure, okay.
Atomic, what do you got for a weapon?
I'm going to get the Dylung Streetmaster medium auto pistol. It's 10mm best millimeter.
10mm best millimeter. I like it. So yeah, that's some good stuff. And that gun is unreliable though. So jamming and stuff like that happens a lot. So yeah, don't worry about it though. Don't worry about it. And Blind Watchman, what are you picking?
I got the Colt AMT model.
Cool. Easy. And Lobo, I don't remember. Did you pick something?
I was gonna go for the cult, but you know they were.
So everyone has handguns as a skill.
Yes.
I've guess I'll go for a pistol. So just I kind of want to save money on this one. So how about the Sterner type 350?
35. Yeah. Okay.
I mean 35, not 3.
11 millimeter, best millimeter. No.
I love how they went like, let's use the actual names for some of these, and then the other ones, fuck it.
Remember, this was made in 1980, so like,
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
you know, it's an old game. All right, cool. I think that's pretty much all we need to look at. Let me just double check that we're not missing anything. Starting money. Okay.
If we don't spend all our money, can we just keep the rest of it?
Yeah. Yeah. You can keep that money, but from the 10K that I offered people, no. That you have to spend that right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. What was the end humanity score for everyone? Or empathy score?
4.
I'm still at 7.
Pretty
I only
close.
lost 5 total for my.
Cool. Excellent. All right. Guys, I think that's where we're going to call it. So thank you very much for watching. Let's do some shout outs and wrap this bitch up because next week we're actually going to be playing. So it should be a lot of fun. At the start of next week, we'll also, we'll do Dr. Sirus's character as quickly as we can so we can jump into the game. It's unfortunate that he had internet issues and stuff like that. So Lily, start with you. Where can people find you?
Hi. Sure. Hi, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us while we created our characters. I'm definitely really looking forward to this. Should be a lot of fun. Cyberpunk stuff is super cool. So, yeah, come see us next week. My name is Lily, Lilypad Nebula on all the stuff. You can find lots of role-playing shit that we got. Live right now is just our Wednesday show still. Yeah, nothing else in the works as of right now. But, yeah, we got that. I'm here. And, yeah, thanks again, and have a great night.
Cool. Atomic, where can people find your booty hole?
Atomic Spoon on Twitch, the Atomic Spoon on Twitter. Sundays and Wednesdays, I stream Arma 3 with a organized group. And then that's pretty much it right now until the new WoW expansion comes out. Then Tuesdays and Thursdays will be streaming that.
When does that drop?
So that'll be fun.
When does that drop?
August
13th to 14th.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Because a lot of people I know are just like, yo, I'm fucking gearing up. And I'm like, dude, I don't know the first thing about WoW.
No, there's gonna be a lot of PvP. So
I've been jacked into that since 2004. So
Excellent.
I'm pretty early.
Well, Dr. Sirius doesn't have anywhere on the internet that he is, but Lobo, do you have anything to add here?
I am on Twitch, .tv/lobozo, and I play Wormtide sometimes. It just started. I'm thinking about doing some more stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Cool. All right, Blind, where can people find you, if anywhere?
Literally only on this channel, on this show.
Hell yeah.
All right, sweet.
It's time
Exclusive.
So what do you guys think of Cyberpunk? Like the character creation is pretty fucking dope, right?
Oh, it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, the life paths are cool.
Dude, even if I die and I have to make another character, I'm gonna be happy, dude. That's
after you do it the first time, then you can speed it up.
Yeah, obviously, but like it in my opinion, the life path stuff is like amazing. Like it makes fully fleshed characters from the very beginning. You have all this history. You have a personality. It works really, really well. Like you should be able to step into your character and just feel comfortable. Like and I don't know. I really love it. That's why I normally dedicate an entire session to it and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah, it's super cool. I dig it.
I just can't wait to do my character's voice.
Oh,
it's gonna be great. Everyone's gonna hate it.
You want to give us a little?
I am Tim Wreck.
Okay, that's pretty
That's
bad.
that's a choice.
In a game where there can literally be like clowns running around with synthetic feet the size of clown feet, honking their horns and shooting AK-47s at you while eating the corpses of your friends. It's fine. So,
well, my character's name is Vera McTaggart, so I'm just going full Irish.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're doing.
So, yeah.
You're following in my footsteps and trying to do Irish character. We'll see how long that lasts.
Thank you.
No, I commit. So.
No, all you need to do.
Yeah.
I heard this. The only thing you need to do to make an Irish voice is say, "I firebombed your house," and if you get that down, like if you can, like if you forget how to do the Irish accent, you just say that, and you fall into the Irish accent straight away.
I've been told I do pretty good Irish accent, lads. I don't know.
Firebombed your house.
I firebombed your house.
Yeah, firebombed your house.
Like it works every time.
Yeah, it does.
That's the secret. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the character creation episode for Cyberpunk 2020, new game Kingdom 2020. It's going to be gang warfare. It's going to be gross. It's going to be dirty. These guys are going to rock the Upper East Side of Night City, and they're going to make it their bitch. So we'll see how we go.
Fuck.
Well, no, I don't want to get banned. What are you doing? But yeah, that'll be fun. Check the schedule for more information. This is going to be a weekly game at Mondays at 5 p.m. PST. Thank you very much to all the raiders and all the new people coming in. I love Cyberpunk. It's my favorite thing in the world to run, and I can't wait for the game. We're gonna get gritty. We're gonna get gritty, boys. We're gonna get gritty. Anyways, thank you very much. Remember, fuck the bozos, because we're bringing them back. We're bringing them back.
Shut up!
School.
Fuck you!
Oh God!
Yeah. Have a good one, guys.
Bomb everything.
We
Exterminate us the planet.
Bye bye.